Hello and welcome to Cutting Through the Bull in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben and as always I'm joined by Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
And today we are concluding the Aum Shinrikyo terror attacks, I suppose we'll say. This is the main this is the one they're known for. We went through all the cult stuff last week.
Yes, and this week we're discussing their pièce de résistance. Get me with my...
with your French words.
Yeah.
Très bon.
And it was a big one.
I think it's 3.
I don't know, I think we just made it up.
I think it's...
I don't speak French.
I think pièce de résistance is 3 words.
Oh.
Très bon is just the 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
Come see, come ça. I'm out. I'm all out of French.
That's GCSE French too.
Yeah. But anyway, we're talking about Japan.
And Aum Shinrikyo, but first...
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa.
Hello.
That's fine.
It lasted about a minute.
Why is it okay? Why is it okay for me to do a Welsh accent? Or last week wasn't I doing a freaking Ghanaian accent?
Yeah.
And then it's gonna get us in trouble. It's gonna be that one, I think. But anyway,
I don't know.
Konnichiwa.
I was just saying hello, that's all.
Oh God, should we start the podcast? What are we doing? We're falling into a hole of racist house.
It's like a racist Bermuda Triangle.
I'm going to light a joint and take away all the vibes.
So first we do weird news if this is your first episode you're listening to, which is weird because why would you listen to part 2 and not part 1? Valid point.
That is a valid point. But anyway.
It'll take about half an hour, 45 minutes. We find some weird stuff that we found on the internet this week, and we'll see if we can fit something at the end as well. We find a lot of weird shit on the internet.
There's a lot out there.
So this is what I found earlier. Death row inmate eats an entire Bible as his last meal.
Hi, I'm Nigel. I'm nice. That's what the picture looks like.
Yeah. This man, his entire face is covered in tattoos. It's quite naff.
Yeah.
It's a bit... I mean, I wouldn't say that to his face.
No, his heavily tattooed face.
Yes. But, you know, looks a bit
tattoo's
shit.
not too bad. It's the pentagram in the middle of the forehead.
That's a big pentagram in the middle of that forehead.
Yeah, but then he's got like a little puppy nose.
He has, and he's at the tip of his nose tattooed. And it looks like he's got a bow tied on his neck.
Yeah, he has. He's got a clown style spotty bow tie tattooed on his neck.
Yeah.
So he's a satanic clown dog? Is that the look he's going for?
I think so. You can tell him, if he was alive, you could tell him that. Let's scroll down a bit and see what...
Satanic... What did you say? Satanic what dog?
Clown dog?
That's like... Imagine somebody who fears clowns and dogs. And Satan. Be their worst nightmare.
This is Atmore, Alabama, when the prison staff asked 33-year-old Jeremy Morris, he's called Jeremy with all that, if he wanted anything special for his last meal.
Aragnac the Third.
No, he should be with him.
That's what I mean, he should be.
Yeah.
His name's Jeremy Morris.
Jeremy!
Well, that's obviously why he's a serial killer, isn't it?
It's time for your execution, Jeremy! I'm coming.
Anyway, he answered, he was asked if he wanted anything special for his last meal, and he answered, I just want a Bible.
Okay.
The prison guards of William C. Holman Correctional Facility thought he wanted to pray and repent, so they gave him an old copy of the King James Bible. Against all expectations, the condemned murderer began tearing up the holy book and eating it. After it took hours of chewing and swallowing small pieces of paper, but Mr. Morris ate the totality of the 1,200-page book, including the cover.
Now, I know that he was about to die, but that's still a case of cutting your nose off to spite your face, isn't it?
Cutting your puppy dog nose off to spite your face.
Well, yeah. Because that would have been a very unpleasant experience, eating that much paper.
Can't be good.
No.
Yeah, but he's going to die in a minute anyway.
Why waste your last bit of time alive doing something so fucking uncomfortable just to make a point that we're laughing at? With your puppy dog nose. You and your puppy dog nose. Oh.
You know, what do you want to eat for your last meal? You could have said pussy. You know what I mean?
Unless you bought you a cat.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, he probably would have snapped its neck
Yeah.
and ate the raw flesh. Yeah. But he could have done something fun. He could have had a nice happy meal.
Yeah.
Played with the toy for half an hour instead of forcing dry, sharp, horrible paper down his throat.
Doesn't make quite much of a statement though, does it?
No.
Eating a Happy Meal compared to devouring the Bible.
But how much of a statement was this? Who's bothered?
Well, he obviously was.
No, I mean, what's his eating the Bible done? It's turned him into a fucking...
I agree with you, but I mean...
It's turned him into a funny headline.
Yeah, pretty much.
What a knob.
It's it was an old, worn-out Bible as well. There's got stains on it, people's finger grease on it. Hell, even semen. Who knows? This is an American prison.
Well, it would have been fun if he was killed by electrocution and it somehow ignited the paper in his stomach, and then a horrific fire started inside him, and yeah, he burnt from the inside out. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why he's on death row. I don't know if he did
He
anything
murdered
that
somebody.
bad. Oh, okay. Well, fuck that guy then. By the way,
Well, no, I don't believe in a death row, but that's my...
You just let him out.
I wouldn't let him out, would I? He almost needs psychiatric help.
how about let him out, but smash both knees with a hammer on the way out?
That could work.
Ever let him out and say, "No, you promised not to do anything bad again, alright?"
We've got this new apartment right next to that school.
And we moved your knife collection in.
And you give him a bracelet.
And your three-headed dog, Cerberus.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Why's he got a three-headed dog? Why has he got the guardian of the gates of hell in his apartment?
He's got a Satan clown dog.
Well, I suppose so. Let's just scroll down a little bit. Let's see if we can find out how many people he killed. If it says... He did describe him as a serial killer.
I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
Oh, he killed 2 Catholic nuns in 2007.
Oh, for
So maybe that's why he ate the Bible.
He really hates this whole Jesus
He does,
thing,
doesn't he? Now you know why he ate the Bible.
He's still a fool.
Apparently,
But
it's
He murdered some nuns, that's pretty metal, isn't it?
Despite its unusual nature, Mr. Morris's choice of meal was locally accessible and worth less than $40, making it conform to the rules of Alabama correctional facilities.
Under those criteria, I believe, one could have ordered a Happy Meal. And everyone would have been... It would have
Could have
been
ordered
much more
40 Happy
pleasant.
Meals?
Yeah.
No.
No.
20.
No.
You can just go there and go,
I don't know how much
"Look,
they are.
you got
They're not that
$40.
cheap.
You got $40.
$2.
I'll have 40 McDonald's cheeseburgers, please.
There you
They're
go.
99p each.
Yeah.
Gorge yourself
Yeah.
on food rather than a book.
On processed beef and cheese.
Yeah, but it's better than processed paper.
Yeah, well, to be fair, yeah. it
With
is.
silly God words printed on them. Ugh.
I'd say he's definitely got a beef for Christianity.
Yeah, I don't think he likes it much, but, you know, get in line, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, you can't, can you, because
No.
you're dead.
Yeah.
Is he dead? Did they
I
kill him
assume so.
It says he was going to be executed tomorrow, but weirdly I couldn't find a date on this article.
Oh, well.
So anyway, he's probably dead now. Or tomorrow.
Yeah. Killed a couple
May
of
his
nuns.
soul rest in hell, I guess, if that's where he wanted to go.
Yeah.
If it exists.
Well, maybe this guy's backstory, I was a bit quick to judge him. He killed 2 Catholic nuns. Maybe he was raised in a Catholic orphanage and some
Yeah,
bad
well, that's
things
probably what it is.
Yeah.
because it
done
doesn't-
to him, which led him to
Yeah.
have such horrible shit tattoos done on
Yeah.
his face.
I don't
It's a
believe
bad
people are
life
born
choice.
evil. They're raised evil, aren't they? They're...
Well, I don't know, Muslims. But,
Oh!
joke, absolute joke.
Allegedly.
Somebody please press the joke button and sound the joke aloud. Woo! Doing a joke. Woo! Okay.
Moving on.
Swiftly.
Yep, next one. Police catch man trying to have sex with car and shoot him with stun gun.
That's a bit harsh.
Yeah, the 24-year-old was tasered. A naked man was tasered after he tried to have sex with a car after drinking enough alcohol to mimic the effects of surgical anaesthesia, police said. The 24-year-old man was attempting to penetrate the exhaust pipe of a car in Newton, Kansas, and had to be subdued with a stun gun when he refused to stop, officers alleged.
I'm almost there, man.
Lieutenant, he's American, Scott Powell said the man was taken to hospital instead of jail because of a life-threateningly high blood alcohol level of 0.35%.
Wow.
He was also thought to have a head injury and ingested drugs beside alcohol.
You
Wow.
don't say.
What a legend this guy is. This is a Saturday night out.
It wasn't hurting him. Well, I didn't finish. You know what I mean? Don't take him to the hospital.
What if it's your car you was trying to have sex
What
with?
does it matter?
I like the
Exhaust
next.
pipe.
I like the.
I don't want his seed blocking my exhaust pipe.
Yeah, because what if the next morning you start it and some poor bastard's walking behind you and start, and it fires his fucking dirty pervert load right back out and it hits some innocent person in the eye.
A child like fucking blinds a child.
I like the next little paragraph. He was, quote, was completely oblivious to everyone standing around and telling him to stop, the officer said. I've been there. What are you doing, Gaz?
What's interesting though, this is America and they didn't just shoot him.
He's lucky.
Yeah.
He is lucky. Well,
A blood alcohol level of 0.35% can produce effects similar to those of surgical anaesthesia, according to a health guide produced by the Case Western Reserve University in Ohio. You may even stop breathing, the guide says. Even at a lower concentration of 0.2%, the guide warns you'll need help to stand up or walk. Well, that's like every night.
I like that last line. All mental, physical and sensory functions are severely impaired. You're emotionally numb. Wow, that's a pretty emo ending, wasn't it?
It was a bit.
Death is likely at 0.4%, so he was only 0.05% off, drinking enough booze to kill himself in one sitting.
I think the lesson to take from this is don't drink shorts. Stick to your beer.
Yeah?
I think it's pretty hard to kill yourself with beer.
You'd have to drink a lot of lager,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Oh, well, yeah.
You used to fall asleep in the chair by then, don't you? So, you've
Yeah.
got the seal of approval from the cutting through the bull in the post-truth apocalypse.
Boys from the Apocalypse.
The boys from the apocalypse say, beer's okay.
Yeah! When you're a functioning alcoholic like me and Gaz.
Yay!
It's great.
Don't see it stopping us going to work and doing stuff, do you?
No.
And pretending we're normal. Sitting there with our normal faces on while people talk at us in staff rooms and
In all
on the
fairness,
inside we're dying.
I just tend to hear the crashing of the ocean.
No, you don't. You hear the sounds of the battlefield, man.
I was in my happy place.
Killing Zulus.
Ah, you foreign pig dogs!
Why would I call them pig dogs?
Because you're in the throes of war passion.
Can't I just go to a happy place?
There's your happy place.
Yeah, but,
Fighting Zulus on the lawn.
there was only one time.
And they weren't Zulus, they were his African neighbours.
No, they're the elderly people from over the road.
The paid members of the homeless community.
And the elderly people from over the road. Elderly people who do anything for a fiver.
Launching spears at them. Have it back, you bastard. Oh, Gerald. So, sorry, mate.
Well, thanks for that. Okay, next news article.
Excuse me.
Teen obsessed with male sacrifice stabbed boyfriend during sex while dressed like a clown.
Whoa.
There's a lot to unpack in that article.
Yeah.
I saw it earlier.
Stuff of nightmares.
Yeah.
Is she attractive or psycho?
She's
In between.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a definite. But then again, it is a mugshot, and they're never flattering.
They're not meant to be, I don't think.
Jailed.
They don't have a makeup artist.
I think they should. I think if it's your last photo before you go into jail, usually makes it look fucking amazing.
And it's usually at the point.
Photoshop done, everything.
No, but it's usually as well at the point this picture's being taken is sort of around the time that what's really happening is starting to dawn on the individual, isn't it? Like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
I really have been arrested.
That's the whole point of it, isn't it? It's to shame you.
Yeah.
You stood there with the light on you, taking photographs of you.
You've also probably been up for the last sort of 16 hours and interrogated repeatedly, haven't you? So you're just emotionally and physically drained.
Well, that's it. They want to break you so they can get a confession.
And she did. Well, so she stabbed him during sex, which I think is a dick move.
Yeah,
Personally.
it was a planned attack.
Oh.
So a British teenager sentenced to 11 and a half years in jail on Wednesday for stabbing her boyfriend several times during sex. Zoe Adams, 19, of Wigton, Cumbria, had clone makeup on her face when she covered Kieran Berwick, 17, he's 17, head with a pillow and stabbed him 5 times in the chest, arm and thigh last July in her bedroom, according to a police report. Following the attack, authorities found disturbing images on Adam's iPhone, including a blood-soaked woman with a caption that read, "Murder is like a bag of chips, you can't just stop after one." I can't eat more than 1 bag of chips.
No, I can eat more than 1 chip.
Yeah, not a bag.
But more than 1 bag. You're just a greedy
Wouldn't
bastard,
it be
really.
more lager? It's better like murder is more like a lager or a beer.
Yeah.
Once you've had one.
It's like
Yeah,
Pringles.
I do have a Pringle addiction, in all fairness.
It's like watching porn in the morning. Sorry, no. Moving on.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah. Oh, just watch a little bit.
Well,
more.
you are a professional driver. It's lonely on that road, I'm sure.
Well, I have mastered the art. No, moving on. I haven't mastered
An
anything.
intricate pulley system.
And a mannequin's hand. DIY wankathon.
I'm not driving a steam engine. That sounds like a Victorian sex machine.
A female mannequin's arm and hand attached to a pulley system.
It would have to have a glove on it. It couldn't be wooden. A wooden hand. That'd be horrible.
Splinters.
Exactly.
Oh, they're all plastic now, aren't they, the mannequins?
Oh, a mannequin's
Yeah.
hand. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll have that. That's fine. I'll still have a glove on it. A marigold. Just, don't
For
question
hygiene
it.
purposes.
It's just a thing.
Oh, right, okay.
It's just a thing.
It's just not a velvet glove.
It's nothing that weird. It's just something about the marigold. No, anyway, moving on. Back to the other weirdo.
Yeah. The court were also shown a text message she had sent to Berwick prior to the attack that read, "I don't think about males unless male is strapped up and being used as a human sacrifice. You should be grateful you're not part of it." Why did he sleep with her after she sent him that?
Because he's a boy! He's a male!
That's true, he's 17. I don't think I turned up for a... Yeah.
Mate, she could have literally written, "I'm going to stab you in the face, neck and thigh," and I'm like, nah.
With a risk.
Yeah. Still gonna get me anyway.
Well dressed as a clown.
Yeah.
Actually, the clown maker would have been a fucking deal breaker for me.
I don't mind, she could have left the clown makeup on.
No.
Oh, yeah, you don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like clowns.
It would even, you like them to the point where you would let it stop you getting laid.
Yeah.
Wow! Fuck that.
That is deep, man. I can't believe you said that.
Yeah. Yeah. all
Just
that-
'cause she had a
the-
bit of clown
I mean, I
makeup
don't know
on.
what the clown makeup was like. Right? You know,
We
it
must
was...
have a deep hatred of clowns.
I do. I don't like them at all.
So listen, Gamora.
Yeah.
You like her, she's a hot green-skinned alien.
Yeah.
Super hot green-skinned
Yeah, but
alien.
she wouldn't be wearing clown makeup.
She's put a bit of clown makeup on.
It's completely
She has done.
It's completely
She
out of
has
her character.
Well,
she
she
wouldn't
just
do
has
it.
done.
She wouldn't do it.
She's like, you can fuck me like this, I'm not at all.
Deal with a green clown with an all white face.
No, she's
So-
white face. She's done.
Well,
the
that
clown
was
makeup.
just stupid with the green skin, wouldn't it? So no.
Oh, Ben. Disappointed.
Oh, sorry.
You mocking his fucking deep psychological scarring.
Yeah. Just pointing out that the clowns are fucking creepy.
Yeah, but
Yeah, they're creepy, but
not that creepy.
So I don't want to fuck
Yeah.
one, do I?
he never lived.
And that's why I might conk up the circus anymore. Breaking into the clown enclosure.
Yeah. Me
That's
and the
why there's
ketamine.
always that sad one. With the
Yeah. That's a rather exclusive club of Mike's victims. They're the ones with the tear.
Yeah.
You think that's makeup? He tattoos it on them after.
Another one down.
I won't stop until they're all sad.
What do you think happened to that creepy clown epidemic about a year or two ago?
If I'd have seen one,
Remember, it just went away, didn't it? 'Cause
It did.
Mike sorted that.
Exactly.
Good
well,
lad, Mike.
there was that one dude who dressed as Batman and chased him away, which I thought was fucking
I
brilliant.
saw a few videos of them getting the shit beat out of them, and I think people realise it's quite a silly thing to do, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what's happened?
Anyway, she shrugged off the evidence as a joke and claimed she had no recollection of the stabbing. However, Judge James Atkin dismissed her defence and said her cruel and sadistic actions were those of someone who deliberately intended to cause harm, reported the Telegraph. Adkin added the attack was premeditated, citing the duct tape and knife that had been taken into her bedroom prior to the attack. "You had decided to cause serious harm to Mr. Berwick during sex," Atkins said. "I am sure by the time you've already been disinhibited by drink and drugs and the more sadistic side of your personality had come to dominate." I said, that's why he went round. He's an aspiring fantasy novelist. He's 17. I bet you popped his cherry. He's like the nerdiest of the nerd.
That's got nothing to do with it. He's a male.
He survived, so he's going to get well.
Win-win.
Yeah.
He got his end away.
Hang on.
Goes to school next week. Fucking high fives, isn't it? He survived the psycho.
I just want to point this out. In his victim impact statement, Beric said he's going to be emotionally scarred for life, and that the attack will further exacerbate his fear of clowns. Right? So he's already got a fear of clowns, and he's letting a clown probably pop the little fantasy nerd's cherry.
Oh.
No, sorry.
Well, why don't you join up with him and play your little violin?
No, I wouldn't have done it in the first place. As soon as she has the door on that clown maker, I would have been like, you can take that off.
Good lad. I think it's worth it. He'll get over this. A few years, he'll be alright.
So he's got a bit of a fear of clowns now.
Yeah.
He already had a fear of clowns.
Well, it's worse, so what?
So
he's emotionally scarred.
So what if every time a woman gets on top of him, he thinks he's going to get stabbed in the throat?
Well, no. Every time a woman gets on top of him with clown makeup on, he's going to think he's getting stabbed in the throat.
Well, that's not going to happen, I imagine.
Well, he's showing us being a stronger man to start with. You can take that up, love.
No,
take that up, love.
I say...
Take it off.
Good on him. At least he got his end away. I'm only sad that he didn't get to finish, I presume. If he did, what a champion. What a champion. If he managed to finish, champion. But, good lad. He'll get over this eventually. And he'll write a hell of a novel.
What?
This is going to help his twisted artist.
His fantasy novel. Yeah, there's you know what fantasy is, don't you? It's Dungeons and Dragons, it's Game of Thrones, it's all that, right?
It's a bit stabby.
It's dragons and it's elves. And
Jester's the same sort of thing as a clown.
It is, but he's not plenty in there now, is he?
And they stab stuff.
Unless he makes a killy clown.
Hey, just when you write, you don't always write about the good, happy stuff.
Jesters didn't wear clown makeup.
You chase your demons.
Jesters didn't wear clown makeup, though.
You what?
The jesters didn't wear clown makeup. They just dressed in a stupid way.
Well, it's very similar.
No, it's not. It's the makeup. It's the thing. It's.
Well, I think we should buy him tickets to
all right,
the same time.
We'll go round his house. We'll dress you up as a jester. We'll see if it has an effect on him.
All right.
Yeah.
I bet he'll be fine with that.
We'll send him. We'll email him. We'll Facebook him some pictures.
The knife at the door.
A knife.
We'll give him flashback trauma. We'll send pictures of you as a clown. It'll be fine. And just ask him, clown or jester.
I'm not dressing up as a clown. For a start.
You'll be fine, because then I'll show you a mirror and it'll be like some weird... We'll record the effects, it'll be great. Like psychological breakdown of Ben. Live on air.
I've done that several times already.
It's either going to go one or two ways. You're going to be cured for your clown fear, or you're going to be locked in your insanity forever.
Yeah, I don't like them odds.
It's 50-50, I reckon.
Oh great, the science officer reckons I'm going to go. It's a 50-50 chance. Yeah, but either way, I'm sorry that this happened to him, because he's this. I like this fantasy genre. It's all very well and good. Like it a lot. You got a fear of clowns? Don't fuck a clown chick.
Well, he didn't
Simple
know.
rule to live by. Simple rule.
He didn't know he was going to get stabbed, like several times.
And obviously, if she opened the door in clown makeup,
she might not have.
Well, I don't know.
Well, not everyone's a pussy about clowns, so...
I'm sure you have a phobia as well.
Yeah, but not clowns.
What is it?
I don't know.
Robots, probably.
No, I ain't scared of them.
Oh.
I love them.
Well, robots are going to go on the planet.
Yeah, I don't want the robocalypse. Like, I don't like the idea of the singularity or the AI, but I love robots. I suppose my phobia is some sort of insect or something squeamish. I don't like the inside of your body, really. I don't like seeing blood or...
I'm going to buy a t-shirt that shows my human anatomy then, with the intestines and the heart and everything. And
I'll dress
see
as a
where
clown. I will dress as Ronald McDonald every week.
I can do it on McDonald's.
I'll dress as that thing from it. What's his name? Pennywise.
You may end up stabbed.
That's fine. It'll make a good internet. You can read it out on the weird news, can't you?
Mike's saying his own.
Keep it going.
Because you're dead and I'm in jail for murder.
Two podcasters stabbed each other.
I'm in jail and you're dead.
In
Bear in mind, I'm not a fucking... these people who stabbed the guy, she's a fucking amateur. I'm sorry. She wants to sacrifice someone, she stabs him 5 times, is he still alive?
That's because he's a champion, Ben, who didn't let it,
I used to give if your intention
His
is to
body
sacrifice
was-
someone, make sure.
Yeah.
Well, his
You know,
body
go
was...
for the heart, maybe.
The surge of fucking adrenaline as his young, got his end away. The excitement, he would have been like a fucking warrior in that moment. So his body was able to resist the stabbing, basically. I say good on him.
I still say he's an idiot for sleeping with a clown chick.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree.
Alright, we'll move on then, shall we?
Yeah.
That's the end of first part of Weird News.
Yes, we'll come back to it at the end if we've got time. I think we should call a pee break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're all in agreement?
we are.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Hello.
Now, last time we left the episode to the point where the police were due to raid Aum Shinrikyo's compound on March the 22nd of 1995. They've been getting a bit dodgy,
Killed a few people.
microwaved people to death in their specially constructed microwave death chamber,
Yeah.
and then dissolved the bodies in acid. But, the police were getting suspicious at this point because they had a lot of shit.
Beat some bloke and his pregnant wife to death.
Yeah, they abducted a journalist, a lawyer.
Sprinkled some fucking... What is it? Chemical.
VX gas.
Yeah, sprinkled some on
VX
someone's
liquid
neck.
on someone's... these guys are going to kill people now.
Mm-hmm.
So, they get tipped off about this, and on Monday, March the 20th, they launch their plan to bring out Harumageddon.
Harumageddon!
There's 10 members of the cult carried out the attack altogether, but 5 were the guys with the sarin bags. They had 2 bags of sarin
They did.
nerve gas each, and a single drop of sarin the size of a pinhead can kill an adult. They're aiming to kill 1 million people. They both had, all the members had at least, altogether had about 9 litres of sarin gas on them.
They
Yeah,
also had an antidote for themselves.
They
didn't
did, yes. I'll explain that.
Yeah,
The
we'll
job's
get to that
also
when they
primarily
do.
the driver's job and the
Right.
antidote.
Yeah.
The bags will be punctured with umbrellas with sharpened tips, which they had practiced extensively with. Basically, the night before the attack, they were there practicing puncturing bags of sand or something with their sharpened umbrellas.
Well, practice makes perfect.
Not in this case.
Well, yeah, because they still, despite their practice, they still fucked it up, didn't they?
They did
Because,
not do well.
as discussed last time, up to this point, I know murder's pretty serious, but they're a bit fucking Benny Hill, this cult, honestly.
It's because it's full of nerds. It's full of nerds, that's why.
Yeah, they keep fucking it up, left, right and centre.
I mean, but the thing is, we say nerds, but we mean that some of these guys are very clever people.
Should we go through the profiles of the 5 members that...
Yeah, alright, that's a good... I'll tell you what, I'll give you the effects of sarin, and then we'll tell you about we'll go through the profiles of the 5
Nerds.
guys, nerds, who are puncturing these bags of
The
sarin.
5 mountain wizard.
But the 5 mountain wizards. Right,
Mountain
Mountain Wizard! That's gonna be a metal cover for Solar Lord.
Yeah, man. It's on the list.
So sarin,
Mm-hmm.
it attacks the nervous system, and death occurs as a result of asphyxia due to the inability to control muscles used for breathing.
And you puke and shit a lot, don't you, as well?
You do, yeah, on death, yeah. Initial symptoms are a runny nose, tightness of the chest, and constriction of the pupils. I'm looking across at Gaz, who's got a
I've
cold
got
at the
that
moment.
right now.
Yeah. And soon after,
shit.
you're going to get difficult breathing, nausea, drooling, you'll lose control of your bodily functions, you'll vomit, defecate and urinate, and you'll have convulsive spasms.
Having me later tonight, a normal Saturday night, you know.
Sunday night,
It
mate.
feels like a Saturday, it's a bank holiday.
Good point.
I did sharp myself on the way. Oh no. That's the beginning. I've got the sniffles, my
Your
chest
testicles are tight.
Hey! Hello! Can you see up my shorts? Sorry.
It should be pointed out that we're all wearing shorts
Them
tonight.
leather hot pants must be sticky.
It's very hot here in the UK.
I don't wear these leather hot pants on just any occasion.
Sundays only.
Yeah, I saved it for the podcast. It's a little bit sweaty in there, but it's like a water slide. Anyway.
Especially sharted.
That's not a water slide. That's a mudslide.
Oh Oh, sorry.
Anyway,
back to
the horrifying biological agent. Death follows within 1 to 10 minutes after direct inhalation.
Just the funky chicken one, is it?
No,
Oh, it's
no,
different.
you do spasm, but that's not what kills you. And it has a high volatility, meaning it can easily change from liquid to a gas. So it's in a liquid form, you puncture that bag, it's leaking out, it's going to turn into gas.
Yeah. Silent but deadly.
Exactly. Just looks like someone spilt their coke over the floor, probably.
Did you know Kevin Smith's next live show is going to be called Silent but Deadly, and it was called that before he had the heart attack.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I did see
Spooky,
his post.
innit?
I saw his post on Facebook where he said, if you can buy it, watch it, and look for signs of my impending heart attack. That'd be fun. Bless him. Yeah, it looks
That was
awesome.
named that before.
Yeah, Silent but Deadly. Well, Silent Bub.
Yeah,
Shit.
it's a bit of a. It's still a little bit creepy though.
Yeah, it's
spooky.
I do love Kevin, so...
Yeah.
Right.
So let's give you the biography of the key Aum Shinrikyo members, and these are the guys who carried out the attack. They were the guys with the umbrella. So,
I can see it.
okay, so these are the biographies of some of the key members, and as you'll see, they're very capable people in their fields.
It says...
These are like the generals, aren't they, of his army?
yeah.
And, well, certainly the scientific guys.
The scientific.
Yeah, well, yes, yeah, you're
Aum.
right. They are, yeah, you're
So,
right.
well, it says that many of those who joined Aum came from the universities where Shoko Asahara lectured. So, there you go. Nerdy university types. So,
These were the 6 members most relevant to the biological and chemical programs.
and it says they're listed in order of the time they became... Approximate order they were recruited to Aum.
And they constitute the inner circle of leaders on scientific matters. That's pretty funky.
Ooh, so, in number 1, Hideo Murai. Born in 1958, graduated from Osaka University in 1981 with a degree in physics. As one of his fellow students described him, he made good grades but was quiet. Like 90% of his classmates.
Yes.
He
Yeah,
did
so-
some graduate work in astrophysics at the university, studying the X-ray emissions of celestial bodies. Ooh, that
So-
sounds pretty metal.
So pretty fucking clever. Yeah, you'd agree with that. So who's in number 2?
This geezer here, is it?
I think it's.
Or is it him
Yeah.
over there? Here we go. Fumihiro Joyu.
Joe, yeah.
Joyu?
Joe
Joe
you
too?
as well, mate.
Well, like Joe You'd first. Right. Him. He was born in 1962 in Fukuoka, Japan, and lived with his family in a Tokyo condominium. His father started as an export-import business, but disappeared when it failed during Joyu's grammar school years. Joyu consistently stood at the top of his class. As a teenager, he enjoyed cartoon books, baseball, and became fascinated by UFOs and supernatural powers. He liked to tell jokes, but sometimes displayed a violent temper. At Waseda University, he majored in electronic communication, belonged to the English Circle Club, and enjoyed debating.
So he was also he studied telecommunications. So again, very good scientist, great clever guy.
Oh, here we go. But he joined the National Space Development Agency. At the time, that was Japan's equivalent of NASA. But a month later, he resigned and became an Aum monk.
Oh man, so he got his shocking 6 volts into his head for free.
He's a monk.
Yeah,
And he was working for basically Japan NASA.
yeah, he's a clever guy.
Next we have
Kiyohide Hayakawa.
Kiyohide Hayakawa.
Close enough for me.
Was born in 1949, the only child of a factory employee. In school, he was helpful to his subordinates. But when things did not go his way, he would resort to violence.
Oh, he looks a bit shifty.
Hayakawa attended Kobe University and studied cultivation of flowers and vegetables.
Fucking hell.
Belonged to the aviation club and had become a leftist militant by the late 1960s. Well, that's a bit of a change, isn't it?
Yeah.
Growing flowers, fucking militant leftist.
What you do is you put the flower in the barrel of the policeman staring at
And then headbutt him in
headbutt him in the
fucking
face.
yeah. And say, peace, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Peace, motherfucker.
And then shank him in the neck.
Yeah. But without the accent, sorry.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna struggle with a fuck ton of pronunciation.
Yeah.
And
we struggle with English words.
Exactly.
It's a bit of an oxymoron though, isn't it? Leftist militant.
What did you call me?
Because if you're a leftist and you don't believe in violence, therefore how can you be militant?
That's why I hate. Well, I can't remember what they're called. Antifa. That's why I hate them.
Yeah.
That even your name's a contradiction. It doesn't make sense, you morons. You can't be anti-fascist and go and smash things and people and say we don't like the way you think, so I'm going to hit you. Fucker. So anyway, that was a tangent. But what were we on about? Oh, these guys. So
After graduation.
After graduation, he studied agricultural engineering, greenbelt planning, at the Graduate School of Osaka Municipal University. He was hired by a leading civil engineering firm and became responsible for developing golf courses and residential sites.
he seems the less qualified of these guys so far.
He liked science fiction and books about supernatural powers. Are you seeing a theme? And was constantly reading them. After 5 years, Hayakawa, that's the third way I've pronounced it, moved to a design consulting firm in Osaka and married a woman 2 years his junior. They had no children. He joined Aum in 1986 after reading Matsumoto's book and established Aum's Osaka branch in 1987. So, turning down an offer from a prestigious firm in Tokyo in order to continue his work, he became one of its first monks when the priesthood was established, and then became the main procurement agent for the cult.
Oh, he's a recruiter, was he?
Yeah, he was an important one.
And he was obviously procuring the stuff they wanted, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So then we've got Seiichi Endo. Was born in 1961. Again, he attended university. This was agricultural and veterinary medicine. After graduating, he became a student at the Kyoto University Medical School Research Department, focusing on AIDS-related gene research at the Viral Research Center. He joined Aum in 1987, became a monk in 1988, and later led Aum's biological weapons program.
Well, so yeah, he's pretty qualified.
Certainly the biological side of it.
Yeah. Well, that's what they wanted. They wanted the biological agents. They wanted a nuclear bomb too, remember? But that's harder to get the material for.
He knows about viral things. There's two more of these sort of inner generals, top dog sort of geezers. This one is called Tomamasa Nakagawa.
Yeah. Nakagawa.
Nakagawa, that's better. Well done. He was born in 1962 in Okayama, Japan, and graduated from Kyoto Prefectural. Thank you. University of Medicine in May 1988 at the age of 25. He believed he could achieve altered states of consciousness without training and was confused by these experiences, which he tried to understand by exploring Aum.
I'm going to guess he's also a bit mentally ill then.
Yeah, and I bet he liked the LSD too.
Yeah.
He first joined Aum in February 1988, and his perceived ability to reach an altered state of consciousness brought him to the attention of Asahara. Nagakawa started his medical residency immediately after graduation, but a year later, on August 31, 1989, he became a monk and Asahara's personal physician. His responsibilities as a doctor, basic scientific knowledge and personal relationships gave him intermittent insight about Endo.
Endo Murai and Masio. Sukai's efforts to develop. Oh, so it's other guys. He knows. He recruited them then, basically.
He knew everything. There's one more of these geezers.
And this thing is, if he was his personal physician, he really should have told old. Oh God, what's his name now? The cult leader. Asahara.
Cut down on your pork life, mate. You need to get some exercise.
Exactly. He really should have told him to, maybe lose a bit of weight.
Yeah, shut your cake hole.
Maybe have a bath every now and again. Wash that fucking beard.
And lay off the LSD.
For a while.
You really should just let it get out your system before you start taking it again.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been high for literally 4 years.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Do you even remember what's happening nowadays, or are you just telling our top nerds?
Listen, you big dragon, you giant dragon in a dress. Go and make me some chemicals, I command you.
This is true. You know, Asahara was a massive acid head.
Oh, and asshole. I think you could say asshole.
And massive asshole too.
Yeah.
He started off nicely with meditation and acupuncture, but it all seemed to go wrong very quickly for him.
Well, should we read this one last geezer in his inner circle? And he is called Masami Sukaya.
He's the guy, the last one in. Got into the cult then, isn't he?
Sukaya.
Oh, what's the Jap? He sounds like oh god, what was it? The Japanese lowers. This guy, Masami Sorry again.
I think we're gonna have
Are
to.
you babbling about?
No, I can't. You know, there's the Japanese guys.
We'll cut that
right?
bit, shall we?
Right, there's the Japanese
No, leave
guys.
it in.
No, I'm making sense.
Go on then.
I just can't remember
Make
the
sense
name.
to somebody.
There's the Japanese guys who the Aum specifically recruited,
Right.
and they were the loners. They spent all their time researching stuff obsessively.
Okay.
Oh, I've got it written down in my previous notes. I thought you guys might have remembered.
No.
No chance. I still can't pronounce the name of the cult, so
Do I have a go, Mike?
Aum
Alright.
Shinrikyo.
Aum Shinrikyo.
Aum Shinrikyo.
The phrase I was looking for from last week is otaku, which is a Japanese term for people with obsessive interests, mainly towards manga and anime, documentaries, and academic research. So this guy,
Sounds
to
like
me,
all of them.
Yeah.
well, he sounds like all of them, but this guy in particular, Masami Tsusoya,
And buying pants from vending machines.
maybe,
Subway.
potentially, possibly, yes.
Do you think that's where the mission went wrong? They didn't kill as many people as they wanted because one of them was distracted by a vending machine.
Filled with used panties.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
What I do like is they stopped the imports of them and then heavily taxed them because it was such a massive fetish.
Yeah.
Because people were doing, we've mentioned before that we've
man's
both
always
got
getting
friends
in on
who've
it.
done it,
Yeah.
who sold their well in Japan, no, because it was such a massively popular fetish. They
Hey,
stopped imports.
You said you wouldn't tell me
Right.
when I sold my fans. I found the one guy out there with a trucker fetish, and I send him my. That's a joke. I'm totally.
Is that
joking.
why you're
I don't-
wearing the hot pants? The leather
Yeah.
hot pants?
That's why I've got the.
How much are you paying you for them, Gaz?
I'm not going to disclose that sort of thing on air. I declare it to the tax man.
That's a fucking idiot move.
I got a question. Speaking of something completely unrelated, what happened in our local election? Is she
We
out the
didn't
equal
have
pay?
one.
No, we didn't have one.
Oh,
It was
well,
only
that's
councillors
disappointing.
anyway.
Oh. Oh well.
That kind of features in my reggae box
Okay.
later on.
Yeah, we'll leave that for later.
Yeah.
We got one
No,
more guy, guys.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
there's
is
one more dude. This geezer, Masami. How did you say?
Sukaya.
Sukaya. Masami Sukaya. Sorry, everyone. Was born in 1965, an introverted child with little social life. He had some deja vu sensations that he could not explain. When he asked his teachers about them, he felt he received no satisfactory explanations. He also wanted to make sense of his religious feelings and started learning yoga. He wanted to go to the Himalayas to learn more about religion, but felt this was unrealistic and went to university instead. In the summer of 1986, during his third year at university, his girlfriend broke up with him. Oh, boo-hoo.
Oh.
He intentionally cut himself from his shoulder to his hip
Oh,
and felt that this made his mental pain
Oh,
disappear.
self-harming.
Wow. Although he first experienced severe physical pain, this too disappeared. He again tried to make sense of this experience. A friend took him to his first session at an Aum Shinrikyo dojo, a Japanese meditation hall, on April 23rd, 1989. He assumed a yoga position and while looking at a picture of Asahara, had an out-of-body experience. Although he had his master's degree in chemistry, physical and organic,
Wow.
from Tsukuba University, he decided to stop going to school in June 1990. In July 1991, his parents learned about his absences and forced him to stay at home, though at the end of the summer, he escaped and took refuge at an Aum dojo. He became a monk on September 5th, 1991, and spent the next year devoting himself to his spiritual advancement through exercises.
So, very clever people, all a little bit oddball, should we say?
Yeah.
Is the best way to describe it?
All, a
Oddballs.
lot of them have had personal tragedies,
Virgins.
That sort of
Well, they were in that cult because only Asahara got to fuck.
Nerds.
that turned them from the path that they were on.
Easily led.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nerds. So
Disenfranchised from society, which a lot of people are.
The otaku.
they were looking for some religious answers as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've only had one beer. I have a cold. That's why that happened. But yeah, so they were looking for religious. Not everyone, but some people were looking for something different in Japan because they'd seen a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turned away from the materialistic
And yeah, they were
society.
yeah. And the emperor wasn't a god anymore.
Yeah. What comes to that later?
Right. So let's go to.
I heard a documentary today on the radio, and it was about supernatural in Japan, like supernatural stories. Oh, I hit the mic, sorry. And basically it was about this time where the tsunami had devastated really badly.
This is creepy as shit.
Yeah, everyone reports the same thing. Like, something like, I can't remember the statistic, but it's something like 90% of people who lost someone in the tsunami have reported this same happening of like someone knocks the door and they're soaking wet and they ask for some clothes. You go away to get something, you come back to the door and there's more of them all standing there, just wet, soaked to the bone, and then they disappear.
That'd freak you out.
Yeah. And there's been taxi drivers around the area who had like a girl get into the car and they're going, where to? And she's said to a certain district. And he's like, well, that doesn't exist anymore. And she sort of starts crying, says, oh my god, am I dead? And then vanishes.
Holy fuck.
So it's got a popular taxi thing, taxi driver sort of experience I've read about. It's creepy as shit. It's funny an episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I heard this on the BBC. God damn it. So
Oh,
it must
see.
be true. Auntie Beeve, yes. She wouldn't lie to you.
Nah.
Would I lie
If you go on the
to you,
BBC News
baby?
website, there's a bit at the bottom that says why you can trust BBC News.
You never clicked on it.
Yeah,
Oh.
I did. It was all bollocks.
Oh.
He said like me. Bollocks.
Wank.
Well, I can't remember
Okay.
the exact ins of the statement they put on there, but yeah.
Did you click on it and it literally went bollocks?
Yeah, that's what I read. Yeah.
Back to the court.
Yeah, you're not wedded to the establishment whatsoever. BBC, completely impartial.
Carry on. Let's have Mike rant.
No, I'm alright. Go on, carry on.
You
Well,
tell
you'll
them.
rant on the reggae box bit, then save it for that. 'Cause
Alright,
it does
That's
feature
why,
in there.
listener, you listen to independent podcasts such as ours. We're not corporate cocksuckers.
Yet.
We got no advertisers.
Yet.
We know we talk shite.
Please, yeah. If anyone would like to be our sponsor, I mean, I'll bend over and take it.
I'm always willing for the
Metaphorically.
I'm always willing for the corporate shilling.
Back to the cult.
Back to the cult. So, let's go to March the 20th, 1995. And the Chiyoda line of the Tokyo subway, or the metro as it is now.
Easy for you to say.
I wish it was that easy to say in this episode. Ikuo Hayashi and Tomomitsu Nii were the driver and
Right.
recent sarin stabber, sorry.
But that's literally what he was, right?
Yeah, sarin stabber, yeah.
Sounds like a...
We're going to refer to you as sarin stabber from now on.
It just sounds like a homosexual slur, doesn't
It
it?
does.
It's sarin stabber.
It's Hayashi is the perpetrator and Nimi the getaway driver in this scenario. Hayashi boarded the first train car at 0748 because the Japanese metro system is incredibly punctual, the most punctual in the world.
Of course.
Very efficient system.
I can believe that. Yeah.
As the train approached the Shin Akan-Mitsu station, which is under the central business district in Chiyoda, he punctured one of his two bags and exited the train. Train continued for another 4 stops, the bags leaking sarin until it reached Kasumagisiki station. Again, I'm going to really apologise for pronunciation. It's just station
You
names.
mispronounced pronunciation.
Yeah, I did. Oh. It's such a tongue twister.
We forgive you, Ben. It's not easy. Go on.
Right, the bags were removed by station attendants who locked them in their office, and they both died.
Yeah, bless them. They didn't know what they were doing.
No,
did
they didn't. No one knew what was going on.
Exactly, I'm not calling them fools.
No. It's a tragedy.
Because they worked out it was the bag. So, but then, locking themselves in the office with it.
Yeah, well, they just... Yeah,
they didn't last long after
No.
that, did you?
The train continued on to the next station where it was stopped, evacuated and cleaned. Probably carried on after as well, I'd imagine. And then we go to this Marunouchi line, which is Kenichi Hiroshi and Koichi Kitamori. They were assigned to release 2 sarin packets on the Marunouchi line destined for Ogikubu station. They boarded the second car of the train, heading to Ikebuku station, where he bought a sports tabloid to wrap the bag in. They all wrapped it in different shit. One of them wrapped it in communist paper.
Oh, really?
They wanted to cover the bag up, so they went and bought a newspaper to wrap it up in. It's kind of strange, just put it in a brown bag.
Yeah.
Hey, do you know what I saw, speaking of brown bags, and I was like, what a hero. American listeners will see this a lot, but someone drinking their alcohol out of a brown paper bag in the daytime. I saw a dude walking down the street in Birmingham in a fairly rough, busy high street with what was clearly a can of beer wrapped in a brown paper bag. And I was like, oh, what a hero.
Yeah, because usually it's like a bottle of scotch or something, isn't it? Or toilet or Dettol.
Yeah, that's what I aspire to.
I used to... Calories would in the street.
Do you know, once I was driving along, this is how bad I am, and I looked and I saw a homeless man, and it was early in the morning, the sun was shining, and I was tired and I had a full day's work ahead of me, and I saw this homeless man open this can of cider and start gulping in. I was so fucking jealous. I was so fucking jealous. Then it dawned on me, I'm driving a van because I have a job which allows me to live in a home. I shouldn't be jealous of the man with the cider.
Well, he's got a freedom that you'll never.
That's
you'll never
what,
see.
yeah, man. You see, in that moment, who was winning in that moment?
Yeah.
I was
It's true,
stuck there in the traffic like a working pig.
You were having your soul gradually destroyed.
Yep.
And he was free, drinking cider at 9
I looked
a.m.
glorious.
They
the
don't
way
call it the
just-
rat race for nothing.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Thanks, mate. Working for the rat race. Oh well, back to the death cult.
Back when we go back to the Marunouchi line. He was about to release the sarin, but he believed that someone was suspicious of him, so he panicked.
Okay.
He got off the train, and this is weird because I can never find a definitive answer. It was either Mayo Ganzi. Oh God, man.
It's all good.
Migodani or Karukan station.
I know the one. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
know
one.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he moved to the third car of the train, so he got off and back on again. Now, as the train approached the Okinamitsu station, he dropped the bags to the floor, he repeated an Aum mantra, and then punctured both sarin packets with so much force he bent the tip of the umbrella. And he released all 900 millilitres onto the floor of the train.
Son of a monkey cunt.
He then, because he'd done that so badly, because you mentioned yourself a stabby, 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 rather than a stab, he got the hell out of there, departed the train at the Okinamitsu station, and received the antidote in Kitamu's car because of his clumsy release. He's actually poisoned himself.
Oh dear.
That train stops at the Nakamura station, which is 14 stops later, and 2 severely injured passengers are carried off.
Okay.
The thing is, that stuff's all of it's gone everywhere.
Now, is it
They're
worth...
just like, they're on drug breathing. Yeah, I'm tight chested. They're going to work though.
Yeah. Well, you'd have no idea.
No, you
Is
wouldn't.
it worth
So it's
saying-
4 stops later, sorry. 4 stops. So you go through 4 stops.
The Brits are any different. The Brits would just stand there and suffer.
No, I'd be like, I've got to fucking breathe it. I'm going,
Take
I'm
a
not
while
going
to
to work.
work out what the fuck is going on. But is it worth saying that the plan was that all these trains that they're targeting are going to converge on and around the police station, which is very close to the station? All these trains are going to converge at a main station, which is really close to the police station. So if they'd have actually achieved it and done it right, all those trains would have got there at the same time, releasing all the bags,
Well,
and
it's
it would
just,
have
filling the
started
train
with the
cars.
police station and filled fucking everywhere.
Now remember,
Spread.
because as soon as that stuff hits the floor, as a liquid, it starts to turn into a gas. So then it's being inhaled. And as we said, a pinhead's worth of inhalation of that gas is enough to kill you. So they got... it's a combination of incompetence and luck.
And a lot of people threw up.
And a lot of people started throwing up.
Exited their bowels.
Station attendant Sumio Nishimura removed the packages and the train continued onwards for 5 more stops.
Train cannot be
So
late.
it's been... They've had 2 severely injured people taken off. He's got on there, removed the packages, carry on.
On you go.
At 8:38, 5 stops later, the train reached the Ogikubu station at the end of the line. 1 person had died and another 358 was seriously injured.
Fuck. Freaking out.
So that's just the first one.
On.
Yeah. The subway driver for the Ikebukuro bound train is Masato Yokohama, and driver Kiyotaki Tonozaki were assigned to release siren on the Marunouchi line bound for Ikebukuro. Something like that. We'll get there.
It's all good.
Boarded the train at 07:39, and as the train approached the Yatsuya station, he poked the siren packets and fled at the next station. 1 packet was left intact, the other was being punctured only once, and it was being released very slowly. At 08:30, which is the end of the line at the Ikebukuro station, the train was evacuated and searched, but the searchers failed to notice the sarin packets.
Fuck's sake.
Train departed at 08:32. So he spent 2 minutes having a quick look.
Well, I suppose
Well,
you
the train
don't know
can't
what-
be late.
Yeah.
Everyone back. It's supposed to a minute looking for
You
it.
don't
and
know
then
what
they
you're
got
looking
off, everyone
for
back
either.
on.
Yeah,
No,
the
don't know what
pressure's
you look
on,
for.
I suppose, for them
And
to
it's
go.
2 little bits of fucking newspaper on the floor, basically. A
Yeah.
board of newspaper.
And you're getting in your ear pressure from the fucking conductor
Yeah.
saying, get this train
The
moving.
train has to move,
Yeah,
or I will literally kung fu kick you in the teeth.
because they have a thing.
Possibly.
If your train is even like a minute late, they give you a ticket on the train to apologise, to give to your boss, saying apologies for your employee being late. The train was a minute delayed.
That sounds like a perfectly
It does.
sensible system. In England, you'd drown under the weight of your own tickets.
You would, wouldn't you?
Your boss would buy you a car. Maybe we should try it.
Good idea.
Sounds very civilised.
It does. Oh, they're very civilised people. Very polite people.
I mean,
so-
they have a guy whose job it is to literally physically shove bodies onto the train. You know,
Yeah.
you must have seen those pictures, but very civilised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
If you sneeze, you'll get executed. That's just a rumour.
So the train departed again at 08:32. Passengers soon became ill. The packets were removed and the floor was mopped at the Hongu Sanchomi station, but it took until 09:27 for the train to pull out of service, which is 1 hour and
Pull out.
40 minutes later. There were no fatalities, but over 200 seriously injured.
No.
I thought there were fatalities.
There were, but not
Not
in
in
all of the
every-
cases.
Okay.
Not on every train.
Basically, because he did it so badly, he only punctured it once. People were getting ill off it, but they weren't dying.
I thought you said one.
You can, but and you're inhaling that in the train. The windows are open as well. People are opening the windows because they're starting to feel.
Spread.
And you get a slow release. 'Cause that's the thing is, they were opening the windows because people were starting to
They could
cough.
smell it, couldn't they? Because it's meant to be odourless, but the way they'd mixed it.
Yeah, it
they'd
wasn't
done wrong,
pure.
innit? Yeah.
Once again, they fucked up.
Yeah,
I think it was
people could smell
40%
it,
pure as well, which doesn't help matters.
It might be because
For
they,
them.
I'm going to posit a theory out here. The reason they keep fucking up and making these ridiculous mistakes.
Because it's fucking not easy, I
Well,
imagine.
it's not because they're in a Benny Hill film. It's because they've been putting these electric helmets on their fucking head willingly,
Yeah.
plugging them in and blasting their own brains.
6
So-
volts of electricity.
So these fairly intelligent people are actually now a bit dullard because of their. And I was
It's like an
looking-
electrical lobotomy.
Yeah, and I was looking into these helmets. They're based on something. This sounds cool, but it's not cool. A god helmet. Have you heard
Right,
of
yeah,
it?
I heard it, yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
stimulates part of your brain and it makes you.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Right, there's not much proof.
Well, I've seen it in the results of a scientific study.
I was reading it today.
This is the
and it
science
was
officer.
Well, I was reading today, and it said that it hasn't been outside of the inventor. None of these claims have been independently
No, well,
proven to be.
I'm not sure the research had finished. I saw it.
I think it's
I
bollocks.
saw it on that.
I'm aware of
Morgan
it.
Freeman thing. What was that?
Oh, In Search of God or something like that, was it?
Through the
The
wormhole.
wormhole. He did do something like God as well.
Did a god helmet on that?
He's God,
one
isn't he?
episode.
He's keeping
Yeah.
going.
Fair play.
But yeah, they've been putting God helmets on, so that's why I think they can't even simply pop it. Well, also they might have been shitting themselves at the fact they're about to commit the biggest terrorist attack.
That is also
like,
keeping your nerve for a bunch of nerds like that.
But all you got to do is pop. Like I'm miming, my umbrella going down to the side of me. These bags are by your feet, right? You've got your sharp umbrella by you. All you got to do is go pop, right, and get off the train. And they fucked it up because yes, they may have been shitting themselves. They're nerds, not soldiers. They're forest wizards.
They're not the soldiers of white love.
Yeah. And going through your mind, you're thinking, I'm condemning all these people to death.
Well, on that documentary, the one we watched, it showed, because one of these guys who popped the package was a doctor. And he literally had the moment, didn't he, where he was thinking, I used to save people.
Yeah.
I used to help people. What am I really, is this the right thing? But the brainwashing, the power, and he believed his brain was connected to the Supreme Leader's brain.
Yeah.
So he had to get on with it.
Broke his Hippocratic oath.
It was a bit, spoilers, a bit like Thanos.
Oh.
He's convinced himself this is for the good, this is the right thing to do. We have to commit Harumageddon.
Yeah.
We have to bring about the Harumageddon in order for the Earth to survive.
And Aum Shinrikyo to be the last guy standing.
We will lead humanity into a new future.
Where I get to fuck everybody and none of you get to do anything.
I will fuck your wife.
Yeah, I'm gonna fuck everybody's wife.
And your wife too.
Yeah.
And your wife too.
You're gonna fuck everyone's wife. Well, I can't climax. I'm not allowed to climax at all.
Give me your money.
No. Alright, here you go.
Thank you.
Can I have some bathwater?
We will survive the apocalypse. Harumageddon!
Are you taking acid?
No. I was role playing. I was playing Asahara.
He's practicing for his uncle.
Yeah, I'm also available for any acting jobs that might be out there. If you would like a racially insensitive portrayal of any of the races.
What are you going to do? Sellotape your eyes?
It's the Sean Connery Japanese impression.
No, I meant voiceovers. You fucking hell.
I think an acting role.
I'm
You
not
did
gonna,
say acting
I'm not
roles.
gonna yellow face. Sorry. You might have to cut
I
that
shouldn't
out.
laugh at that, but
You might have to cut that one out.
Oh.
Well, it's no more different than saying blackface. If it's all bad, we know you shouldn't do it.
Well, sellotape your eyes and give you jaundice.
And just get you a bowl wig like Sean Connery had, and some comically racist buck teeth.
So yeah, any race you want me to insult, I'm there as a voiceover artist. I work for alcohol and tips.
You said tits.
You probably should work for alcohol and tits.
Yeah. Put on your business card.
You know what? Every time you have to get a business card, that's going to come on. We'll work for alcohol and tits.
I love it.
If we're at the point where this podcast needs a business front, we should put that as our motto. Cut to the bull and the positive apocalypse. We will work for beer and tits.
Text me.
Oh man. Can we cut a piss break?
No. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
To the Bernard Manning of podcasts, as named by Mike. Well done. That's our tagline. And we'll work for beer and tits.
Beer and tits. Let's move back to the cult.
Didn't Bernard Manning work for beer and tits as well?
Probably. He was on all the money, so yeah, probably.
Beer and tits. Fantastic.
Yeah, I can kind of imagine you saying it actually. I remember watching one sketch where he did insult a Japanese bloke.
It was a different time.
It was, because he was actually a Japanese guy with his white girlfriend in the audience. And Bernard was on stage and he went, "Oh, look at this guy here," pointing to the Japanese guy. "Can't wait to go and make another car, can he?" They were making.
That's not the worst thing you could have said.
No, it's not the worst thing, but it was so like even the Japanese guy laughed though. To be fair, they were creaming us in cars at that time.
It was a different time.
It was
just like when I made that yellow face joke earlier. That was a different time.
Exactly. It may have been 5 minutes ago, but it was a different time.
Because apparently a different time is something I can say in court, isn't it? It was a different time. Gets me off everything. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
That's why I keep saying allegedly.
Allegedly. It was fine at the time.
Yeah.
So
back to the cult.
Yeah.
The train that was Nako Maguru bound was Yasuo Hayashi and Shigo Sugimoto. He carried 3 packets of sarin for this one.
Mm.
He boarded the 0743 Habaya line train at Vino Station in a 3rd car. 2 stops later at the Akihabara station, he punctured 2 of the 3 packets, and he was back at Arm HQ by 0830.
Fucking hell.
He made the most punctures out of any attackers, so his training was he'd absorbed his training.
Mm-hmm. So he was the least nerdiest of these nerds.
He was the most capable in a practical situation, certainly. And by the next stop, the effects were manifesting amongst the passengers. Noticing the large liquid-soaked package on the floor, a passenger kicked it out onto the platform at the Cod and Macho station. 4 people died.
Cod and Macho.
Cod and Macho, yeah.
Well done, that man, for kicking it out.
Well, you say well done.
Sounds like a pub, doesn't it? Probably the Cod and Macho.
But 4 people died as a result of that.
Oh, well, I bet he saved some people on the train, though.
He probably did. A puddle of sarin remained on the floor of the carriage, though.
Right.
And by 0810, the train had left the Hachibori station. The passenger pulled an emergency stop button, but because it was in a tunnel, and they all opened the windows as well, they couldn't stop the train because it was in a tunnel. Had to proceed on to the next station.
Not cool.
Passengers stumbled out and the train was taken out of service. By 0835, the Habaya line was shut down and all the commuters were evacuated. But 5 stations are already affected, 8 died and 275 are seriously injured.
Fuck me. And so imagine, well, we've seen a video of it, the absolute fucking chaos as people try. They still don't know what's going on, the authorities, at this point, do they? But imagine the hospitals filling up, the ambulances
remember,
piling in.
This is 1995.
Yeah.
There's no Twitter.
Well, yeah.
There's no Facebook.
No.
There's no
It's
social...
an ex-soldier, ex-World War II, it was some police officer who worked out what it was eventually, wasn't it? Because he'd had experience in WW2.
If he was Japanese, I'd imagine he was probably part of Unit 731, which is a whole other episode.
Oh yeah, that freaked me out when I found out about that. It's
Yeah.
horrific. Oh, we'll be doing that one. Fuck knows what I was talking about. Please continue, Ben.
Yeah. So in the aftermath, as all the stations have been hit, all the lines have been hit, ambulance transported 688 patients. Another 5,000 people reached hospital on their own. In total, 5,510 patients, of whom 17 were critical, 37 were severe, 984 moderately ill but with vision problems, and 13 people lay dead.
Excuse me. Wow.
It's quite a...
They wanted to kill 1 million, didn't they?
So in their eyes, it's a failure,
massively. But thank God thank Satan it failed.
It's still a fairly significant toll, isn't it?
It is. I mean, for a bunch of...
And a city's
For a
infrastructure...
cult? Because some random bunch of weirdos living out on the slopes of Mount Fuji... Mountain wizards. I mean, this is, in a way, it's one hell of... I mean, yes, they've got some fucking top minds, and make this stuff is not easy.
Let's just say that they're very lucky. It could have been a lot higher.
Yeah, well,
if it was 100% pure, and they all went... And the plan went, like I said, it could be 1 million people dead.
Yeah.
But they were Benny Hills, and they,
They didn't manage it.
Still, look, I'm not taking away from what they did.
Oh,
what
no.
they did was still horrific, but imagine if, because I think if they succeeded with the 1 million people, that wouldn't have just had an effect. That would have had an effect on the global psyche.
Yeah. Well, they were going to blame it on the
just
Americans,
Japan.
weren't they? This
Yeah,
is the
but
point.
that
Bring
would have
about the
affected-
Harumageddon, blame it on the Americans, and trigger that nuclear strike.
I just think that would affect everyone's psyche.
Yeah.
All around the globe. Anybody living in a city who commutes
Well,
and
it was.
transport.
I guess it was like in '45 with the nuclear bomb.
Mm.
I mean, that affected the world, didn't it? Because they knew that now we've got the weapon to not only destroy humanity, we can destroy the planet as well.
And that's when the aliens started paying attention to us, apparently.
It is. That's exactly when it happened.
Yeah. When
Come
we
on,
started-
really, get your fucking acting gear.
As soon as we worked out the ability to destroy worlds, in theory, they started paying attention.
Was it Oppenheimer said?
Which one's
I
the...
have become the death that is...
I am death, the destroyer of worlds. Which goddess? Indian goddess?
The
is that?
Hindu...
Shiva, was it?
Shiva, that's it. Shiva,
God
goddess
of
of
war.
destruction.
Destruction, there you go, Shiva, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the man that invented the fucking thing.
Yeah.
He knows more
Yeah,
about that weapon than anybody.
They didn't invent it to blow people up, though, did they?
Well,
Or did they?
It was
they
the
did to win the war, wasn't
the
it?
technology was advancing rapidly. The Germans had a really good stab at it, but fallen short.
Well,
But a lot of the top German scientists have gone over to the US.
The Germans were more focused on the V2.
Operation Paperclip.
That
No,
was
that was before the Operation Paperclip.
Oh, right.
that was their main thing.
No, it wasn't. No, that was. But they tried to. Have you seen a film called The Heroes of Telemark?
I cannot say that I have.
Basically,
heard of it.
it's these Norwegian commandos that drop behind enemy lines in Norway because there's a dam and a water processing plant. You need to make a very primitive.
Is that the barrel bomb?
No, that's a dam busters you're thinking of.
Okay.
You need this thing called heavy water. It's a component in making. You have to
Alex
ionize
Jones
the water.
sells that.
Does he? Well,
No,
what
I'm
you
joking, but it sounds like
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Anyway, and it's only done at this one place in Europe, and these Norwegian commandos ski in, they take out the guards, and they blow the dam to hell, and then they ski out, and they get picked up, and it's very heroic, and it's based on a true story. But yeah, so
Ben masturbates to it.
No, only the dam
With his
busters.
gun in his other hand.
Only the dam busters.
What's the music?
I'm not doing the dam busters march.
How does it
No,
go?
I don't own a gun. I don't own guns.
Oh, is that the Great
No, I don't know what I'm doing.
No,
I'm
damn.
doing
Oh God.
am I doing the Thunderbirds? No.
I don't know. I can't, off the top of my head, I can't even get it in my head. I can't get it in my head.
Can't remember the Dam Busters theme.
No.
Oh well.
Da, 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 da,
Oh, that's it.
They used to sing it at football matches till they got banned, didn't they? It was
We sung against Germans, didn't we?
still a remarkable enterprise of British pluck, in my opinion.
Oh,
Dam Busters Raid.
the good old football hooligan days.
Yeah.
When people used to beat the living shit out of other human beings over
Just tribalism, innit?
which team they
Tribalism.
supported. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to stab you in the face.
Oh, there was the old Chelsea smile as well, wasn't there? It's that's where that kind of
And Mike's the one sat here wearing a football shirt like a
Yeah.
hooligan.
yeah,
man of science.
Nottingham Forest did that.
A man of science, you're
Last
a man
day of the
of
season,
street
I
violence.
thought where the
You're
garb.
going down next season anyway. When man at Blackburn will knock you down.
wouldn't surprise me with shit.
At least he's honest. Well, should we go back
Yeah,
to what
back to the
hell
court.
we were talking about?
Over the next week, the full scale of arms activities were revealed. Remember, they've been raided at this point. They're going to be
Yeah.
raided anyway. At the court's HQ in Kamakusuki on the foot of Mount Fuji, they found explosives, a Russian MiL Mi-17 attack helicopter,
Wow.
chemical weapons, biological warfare agents such as anthrax and Ebola cultures, a very makeshift AK-47 factory.
Fucking mental, innit?
Yeah, and there was
Imagine they found
stockpiles.
that in Ironbridge. You know what I mean?
And there were stockpiles of chemical weapons that could have killed up to 4 million people.
Excuse me. Wow.
Now, over the next 6 weeks, 150 cult members were arrested. Then on the 30th of March 1995, Takaji Kunimutsu, who was the chief of the National Police Agency, was shot 4 times outside his house and severely wounded. Aum was suspected, but no one was ever arrested for it.
Fucking hell.
23rd of April, 95. Haido Murray, he's the head of Aum's Ministry of Science, was stabbed to death outside the court's Tokyo HQ amidst a crowd of over 100 reporters. A Korean member of the Yakuza was arrested, but his motive was never made clear.
I think his motive is perfectly clear.
Well, they'd already had a scrap with the Yakuza, hadn't they?
Yeah. Well,
Soldiers of White Love kicked the shit out of the Yakuza.
And they had the money, let's face it, to pay anyone to do anything for them.
Yeah.
You know?
May have been the case that Asahara thought he was a liability and was going to betray them all, so had him stabbed by a low-level Yakuza member for money.
Yeah. Patsy.
Yeah, Lee Harvey Oswald, if you will.
And you paid the Yakuza to make this happen for you?
Because they fear you and you're more wealthy than them and
Yeah.
you've already beaten them up once.
And you got that kind of money to roll around
Yeah.
and play those games like a gangster.
Yeah. A very acid-addled gangster.
Like a
with
big,
a
fat, blind, high gangster.
bearded gangster.
Yeah. Who could levitate, or feels
Yeah.
like he is, because he is that high.
Because he's got strong thighs.
Yes, you think we get high on this podcast? Holy shit, this guy was higher than a giraffe's earlobe. Honestly. Massive.
On another giraffe.
Yeah, a giraffe.
I was standing on a giraffe.
But if you said this to him while he was this high, you'd already have just broken his brain. Like,
Yeah.
a giraffe on a giraffe. Whoa.
Oh, all the way to space. Yeah, back to the cult.
Yeah, well, that was about the cult.
It was,
really.
technically, yeah. On the 5th of May, a burning paper bag is found in a toilet in Tokyo's busy Shinjuku station.
Oh, they set a shit on fire.
Yeah, it's a lot so serious.
That's what I was thinking.
It's a lot more serious than that.
To any international listeners, that's a British tradition where somehow you get some dog mess or maybe human mess in a bag and light it on fire.
And leave it
usually on an
someone's
old
doorstep,
person's
yeah.
doorstep so they can't chase you and beat you. And you usually watch from a distance as they get upset stamping on this shit and probably raising their blood pressure to dangerous levels, but you don't think about those sorts of things when you're a child.
No.
Back to the cult.
Upon examination, the burning paper bag wasn't filled with shit.
Oh.
It was filled with a hydrogen cyanide device,
Oh, that is worse.
which had not, if it had not been extinguished in time, could have killed up to 10,000 commuters.
Holy fuckers, like.
On July the 4th, several other undetonated cyanide devices were found in different locations on the Tokyo subway.
Or from the Aum Shinrikyo.
Yeah.
No, so they're still determined to do
They're
it.
still determined to bring about
But
horror
they're
again.
still fucking Benny Hill in it.
Yeah, they are, yeah. During this time, numerous cult members were arrested, but never the senior members, citing lack of evidence.
Yeah. Hard to
Then-
pin these guys down.
Then, 16th of May, 95, Shoki Asahara himself, or Big Shoke,
Shoky baby.
Shoki Baby, was arrested on hiding within the wall of a cult building within the Kamakushi complex on the
He was
prison.
lost. He's
He
blind.
He was.
He didn't know he was in a wall
hiding
cavity.
in a fucking fake wall cavity, a fucking effectively a priest hole, right, from the old days. Little secret church. How fucking thick was that wall? He was fucking immense at this point. He was bloated with acid for a start.
And copious amounts of actual food that his cult members were denied. But
Yes,
he was
they
lost.
were literally on starvation diet, so this guy was just feeding himself constantly.
I
And the acid
maintain-
munches, can you get acid munches?
He was looking for the fridge, okay? He didn't know he was in. He wasn't hiding. It's not a priest hole. Somebody put that hole there, and he's blind for
He
fuck's
just
sake.
strolled into it, right?
Yeah, he just
Okay,
stumbled in there.
yeah.
And the police happened to turn up. I don't know. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah.
Can you show me where the toilet is? Please? I am very desperate. Once again, hire me. I'm available for all insulting racial impressions.
Weddings, bar mitzvahs,
Funerals.
funerals.
We're sorry, he's dead, man.
You're going to give a eulogy, are you?
Yeah.
Professional mourner. Yeah.
Oh, why you gone, man? Come back, man.
Can you
I'm
cry on
trying.
baby,
Come back.
Can you cry on cue?
No,
No.
I cannot. But I can rub Vicks vapor rub under my eye.
Good
Like all the
enough.
professionals.
Good enough for me.
Yeah. Come back.
Let's cut down the reggae, though, eh?
Sure. Bye 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 bye. I must admit I was a clown. Oh, Ben, clown, reggae.
Yeah, clowns in reggae.
That's your worst fear.
No,
reggae clown.
No, that's the.
Don't
That's the
stab me, Ben.
That's the thing that launches you into a murderous rage. And you suggested earlier that my happy place was a place filled with guns and trenches and artillery fire and machine
Of course
guns.
it is.
And you're taunting me with clone reggae. Does that sound like a sensible move to you?
Wonderful. It's okay. I'm gonna write a reggae song about clowns and record it for your birthday.
Hey.
That's alright, at least I've got a year to fucking hang out. You've got a year left of life. We'll be fine. What shall I tell the owner?
Well, look, it doesn't have to come to that. Back to the car.
On the same day, 16th of May, when Asahara was arrested, or Shoki Baby, the cult mailed a parcel bomb to the Tokyo mayor's office, which badly went off early and blew the fingers off his secretary.
Oh shit! I was hoping he was going to say one of the fucking idiots carrying it.
No, sadly not. And in the trial of the century in Japan, he was only charged with 23 counts of murder and sentenced to death.
Who? Shoko?
Shoki.
Shoki baby.
So actually, I missed a thing out from the what they found. They also found 80 barrels containing human remains that had been microwaved and then partially dissolved. So they had killed people. Whether it was by the one guy they did purposely kidnap and kill the last. We spoke of the last episode. That's why the police were going to raid them. But these were probably cult members that had died during initiation ceremonies.
God damn
And
evil
during
mountain
beatings
wizards.
and anybody who dared to leave or anything like that, or speak ill or
Especially
question.
defectors. He did not like defectors. You know,
Well,
people who left.
good
You didn't
cult
leave.
leaders.
If you left, you might have left, but you ended up back there in a barrel.
Yeah. It's
After
sort
being
of,
microwaved.
it's sort of cult leadership 101. Dissenters have to be dealt with swiftly and usually psychotically.
Mercilessly.
Yeah, in order to put off anybody else from attempting the same thing. I've killed many people.
I only kill for honour or revenge nowadays.
I think he puts loads in there, turns it on, and just watches their heads pop.
I hope he threw some popcorn in as well.
Like we said last week, I mean, we were quite wasted, but did we do the joke of, does it have a plate that spins round?
Yes, we did.
And a light that goes ping.
But yeah, this is a horrible way to die, though. I mean,
Well, they sound like Spider-Man villains.
they're Cobra Command.
Yeah, they are.
Evil mountain wizards.
They're evil mountain wizards, but it started off, like I say, as a nice little
Yoga in the mountains.
meditation. You can get superpowers. You can read minds. You can awaken your third eye, and then it ended up like this.
Armageddon!
Exactly.
Should we go into a bit of how they may have come about then?
Well, it is a spiritual, the spiritual gap that was left, wasn't it? A lot of Japanese people were
There's a
running around
study
trying to find
by,
something in their lives, weren't they?
Alexander E. Revsky, the psychological aspects of the Aum Shinrikyo affair.
Okay.
I have to get my co-host Gaz to read on because he gets a bit small for me. So do you want to read that bit and then everything else is highlighted in yellow?
I can do reading, I think. So this is what the guy said. He said, terrorism has become a highly important problem for humanity, and psychology tries to make its contribution to the study of this complex phenomenon. In the current work, we analyse not a typical terrorist case, but an unusual one, the sarin attack, which took place in Japan in 1995. The current study combines the cultural historic approach of L.S. Yevstokowski and research on Japanese mentality and collectivistic psychology. The results show the importance of several key factors that led a religious sect to become a terrorist organization. In spite of the uniqueness of the Japanese psychology, in the Aum Shinrikyo case we can see some common aspects of terrorist motivation and behavior. Aum Shinrikyo is a Japanese religious organization, better known for its terrorist activity, mainly for the sarin attack on the Tokyo subway on March 1995. This act of terrorism came as a surprise to the whole world. For the first time in human history, weapons of mass destruction were used by non-combatants, and it happened in Japan, which is known as one of the safest countries. But it was a much greater shock for Japan itself. Japanese society always had confidence in a perfectly organised social system, with no possibility of violence. The sarin attack showed that this was an illusion. Japanese people for a long time could not feel safe in their own country. It is what can be called an effective terrorist attack. 12 people killed, but with a great psychological impact on the whole country.
Ah, so he says 12, I had 13.
By print maybe it was 12, I don't know. Maybe one died later.
Possibly.
So yeah, they're all thinking that, you know, they've got faith in the system and in the way things are set up and the way it goes, and somebody comes along and takes a big fucking turd right in the middle of it.
Well, we were used to terrorist attacks from the IRA.
Yeah, I mean, Shrewsbury Castle got bombed, for God's sake.
So we had this. Well, obviously not to the extent of sarin gas that could kill 1 million people.
No,
it was a nail bomb in a pub.
It were,
North from the north, which is still devastating, don't get me wrong.
Of course, yeah.
It's pretty grim, isn't it?
So we grew up with this violence, didn't we?
I can remember
Part of
news
our-
footage of as a kid, like us being RA bombing in
Yeah.
Manchester and Canary Wharf getting bombed, and the gay bar as well. Was it in Manchester as well?
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
So we're like
The Birmingham Six.
we were kind of used to this in Britain, and America has grown to be used to it. Sadly, after 9/11.
Yeah. But
For the Japanese, with the most strictest gun control on the planet. I mean, that's a harder struggle to get 18 handguns, and that's because they had immense wealth.
Yeah, to set up a factory and make them himself.
Well, they only made one. That was a problem. For some reason,
the shit factory there.
Despite all that technological expertise, they couldn't make an AK-47, which is one of the simplest guns ever to manufacture and use.
I don't know
So
why.
I always found slightly strange.
I've just thought of the children's cartoon Big Bertha. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
The machine. It just.
Well, it's a
spat
box
things.
machine though.
It could make whatever you want. Couldn't
I
it?
think so.
I can't remember. Yeah, that could have made you one.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
He used to go after Charlie Chalk.
Yeah, Charlie fucking Chalk.
Shit, yeah.
That was a clown, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was.
well,
Never used to watch that.
Like clowns in this episode, isn't there?
I'm aware of it.
It's Clown Rich.
I can't feel I'm being clone baited.
I'm making up for all the fucking robot political AI taking over baiting you.
Maybe we're gonna bait you a little bit later on.
Probably are. This is a preemptive strike. I learned
Which is
from
what the
Trump.
AI will do.
But then you end up with mutually assured destruction.
Oh,
The AI will
we're all mad round here. We're all mad.
There was also a Mothers Against Drink Driving.
Well,
It was a film actually.
I think Roddy Piper was a spokesperson for them.
Was he?
Yeah.
He wasn't a mother.
Ironic because he did a lot of drink driving. Allegedly.
Probably why he was community service.
Yeah, all wrestlers did back then.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to read a little
Yeah,
bit
if you
more?
don't mind, can we take a quick break?
Of
Yeah.
course.
And we're back.
Okay, and this is a bit more of what that... Was it a doctor or a psychologist who wrote this paper?
I assume the
Something like that.
psychologist.
Some brainy guy. The most surprising fact for the Japanese people, after news of Aum had spread all over the country, was that most of the terrorists were graduates of famous universities. Tokyo, Waseda, Kyoto, etc. They were not uneducated misfits, from whom violence is more often expected, but qualified specialists, with good educations and with ambitions.
Yeah, we've mentioned all that, haven't we?
Oh.
This fact meant, in general terms, that in spite of career and other material opportunities provided by Japanese society, young people could choose antisocial forms of behaviour. According to the cultural historic approach introduced to psychology by L.S. Vygotsky, or something like that.
Something like
I
that. Works for
apologise.
me.
Every event should be analysed not as a certain independent case, but in connection with the specific cultural features of the region and the time it took place. If we take a look at the situation in Japan in the 1980s, when Aum Shinrikyo appeared, we can see that the social cultural background can be definitely seen as one of the main factors of the Aum phenomenon. First of all, we should not underestimate the role of Japan's defeat in World War II
Oh, of course.
and the occupation of Japan by American soldiers. It was preceded by Emperor Hirohito's speech on the radio. For the first time in Japanese history, the emperor admitted that he was not a god, but an ordinary man. Some historians argue that this had a greater psychological impact on the people than the defeat itself.
Of course, there's everything you believe in has just been wiped out, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The next generation, born in the 1960s, was much less idealistic in its aims. Money for them was not an ultimate goal, but merely a way to provide a living. Young people were seeking spiritual enlightenment more than economical welfare. We must also remember that the religion in Japan plays a role that is different from our culture. The indigenous faith of the ancient Japanese is called Shinto, which can be translated as the way of the gods, and it greatly influences modern day culture and traditions in Japan. In the 6th century, Buddhism was adopted and the Japanese religion became more complicated, becoming more of a set of practices and rituals than a belief. For centuries, the Japanese did not have a need for the spiritual functions of religion, but in the severe and hard post-war times, there was a situation which was described by the American historian and religious scholar D. Metro as a religious vacuum. When people needed religion to recompose themselves, but could not find anything in their religion that could help them. The religious situation in Japan in 1980s can be called an, quote, a cult boom. When people were looking for religion, and many new religions appeared as a response to the needs of the Japanese.
And financial needs, because they're all loaded.
Well, you know, everyone needs something to believe in. I believe in Hulkamania.
You know what? It's a good religion as any. It's a good as religion as any.
You know?
Say your prayers, eat your vitamins. What's the other one?
Train, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, that's
There
it,
you go.
yeah. Hulk's rules,
Hulk's rules.
because Hulk rules.
With his 17-inch biceps. Pythons. 17-inch pythons, wasn't it?
24 inch.
24-inch. Oh, right, there you go.
Get out.
Sorry.
Wasn't that James
I'm only
Hetfield's?
joking.
Actually,
His were probably more like 12-inch pipe.
I watched, I think, the rehabilitation of Jake the Snake. Have you seen that?
Oh, that's a good documentary.
Yeah, it was on
the
Netflix.
Resurrection of Jake.
Resurrection. Yeah, I watched about half of it and I was like, because he gets another
You
wrestler.
should stick with it. It's really good, man. Watch it to the end. Yeah, good documentary about addiction, really.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's all about addiction because he falls off the wagon a few times.
Yeah, and recovery.
But he gets another wrestler in. It's Scott Hall,
It is Scott Hall, yes.
who's like Razor Ramon, who was an alcoholic. After he shot that bloke in the head as he was a bouncer.
Yeah, back in the day he did.
But to be fair to Scott Hall, he doesn't fall off the wagon. The bit I watched, it's all Jake the Snake getting nailed.
I don't know if we talked about it before, but has anyone seen the film The Wrestler?
Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
love that
awesome
movie.
film.
It's one of
I'm
my
not a
favourite
big fan of
films
wrestling
ever.
anymore.
But
Like I
that
used
film
to.
still.
The film's awesome.
Yeah, I showed that to my missus. She loved
Yeah,
it. It was
great
quite
film.
sad. It made her
film,
sad.
Yeah.
See, I watched half of that and I was like, this is fucking terrible.
It's
It's
just very
boring as shit,
realistic,
I mean.
very slow.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's
appreciate
gritty
it's,
sort of.
it's probably one I need to give
drama.
another. It's one I probably need to give another
It's like
watch.
Needs to be
Million
in the
Dollar
right
Baby.
mood.
I mean, anyone seen
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, that was
not
good.
quite that dark, but it's
Fuck
got a happy
me, that
ending.
ends
Ben.
fucking dark.
Yeah, I like the fact that, although I did hear spoilers if you haven't seen The Wrestler, I did hear the director say that, because at the end it just fades to black and it's left open. It's one of them like, did he die or not or what?
Yeah.
But I heard the director say in an interview, yeah, he dies. There.
Yeah,
at the
that's
end.
what normally fade to black means.
Yeah, and I was like, okay.
It's like The Sopranos when
But
they.
he can't
they
help
just
it. He
cut
goes
off
out
into
the way he
black
wants
and-
to. He shouldn't be wrestling Ben. He's had a heart attack. He tried to have a normal job. He can't do it. He's just fucking.
I got that part of the
Yeah,
film, yeah.
she tries to
And
stop him.
his most famous match was against
Yeah.
that Arabian guy.
Yeah, it's the
and-
rematch after all these years.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Did
it's a
he
beautiful
lose the
movie.
original one or win it? I can't
I
remember.
don't know. If that doesn't really matter in the story. It's just it's a great
No, but
movie.
it was-
Mickey Rourke.
I will watch it because I get the feeling I probably enjoy it more nowadays than I did when it first came out. I've, mature. I've grown as a person.
Okay.
Allegedly.
I'm not. I'm not denying that you've grown as a person, Ben. How you feeling about philosophy these days?
It's got its place, isn't it?
Would you like some more psychology? Fucking hell. I know
I've
it's fell off my
actually,
chair.
I've got nothing against psychology. I was a psychology student in college.
Okay.
I was, yeah.
Did you finish the course?
Yeah.
What grade did you get?
E. It's a pass.
So don't you ever dare try and psychologicalise anything I say. I know that's not a word.
Psychoanalyse.
That's a word. That's the one.
I failed mine.
Because you got an E and you failed.
No, I didn't. I quit. I quit, to be fair.
But
I could be
Just
honest.
before you were
I
pushed.
already had. I was doing 3A levels, and they're the ones that pushed me to this extra GCSE on top.
Yeah.
Psychology.
It was just
I
too
liked
much for
it. I liked the teacher,
Mm.
but because he was a bit lax, I stopped going.
yeah,
Couldn't be asked.
but it should be pointed out ever since that course, as a hobby,
Mm-hmm.
I've been quite interested in psychology and criminal psychology.
Are you trained to be Batman?
Hey!
How do you know I'm not?
Hey!
How do you know I'm not?
Well, I just kind of know.
You don't.
Well, I kind of do.
You don't.
Well, we can argue about this all night.
But no, I've always been intrigued by it. So I've always watched a lot of true crime stuff and read books on psychology. Richard Wiseman's one of my favourites, Professor Richard
should be
Wiseman.
good into
Okay,
this,
Ben,
then.
you're a
But-
psychologist.
But no, so I've always
You're
been quite interested in
qualified.
it.
We
So
should have got into this then.
I am into it. I love
Alright,
psychology.
carry on.
That's why I've kept quiet for most of it while Gaz has been reading.
Right, I'm going to go from here. Are you ready, children? I'm going to read you another story. I need beer.
Wet the whistle.
Aum Shinrikyo was initially such a religion, and in its beginning there was nothing to show that it would later become a terrorist organization. Another reason for Aum's popularity, especially among young Japanese, was that the founder of the cult, Shoko Asahara, understood what people needed at that moment and used it in the promotion of his religion. Levitation and supernatural abilities were introduced in the form of manga and anime, beloved by all Japanese so that people could quickly catch the main idea. Living in society is boring, but joining Aum helps in making new friends, developing one's skills, and reaching enlightenment. The main targets for such propaganda were young graduates of the universities, and Asahara made every effort to invite them to Aum laboratories. We should keep in mind that Shoko Asahara, according to the evidence, was a talented storyteller and a very charismatic person, which made Aum not a boring one among many religion, but an attractive cult with bright visual advertisements and a smiling, understanding guru.
It's like the first...
Like Jesus?
No, it's sort of like capitalist sort of cult, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's...
Well, he was all about the money, man.
Yeah.
He
was
was.
exposing them, and so the last sentence there is, thus we can come to a conclusion about the importance of Asahara's role in Aum activities, and the role of leader is definitely a second major factor which led to the Aum tragedy. So, right time, right place.
Yeah.
Yep.
Target the right
Opportunist.
people.
Yep.
A
Do you think-
shrewd businessman.
Mm.
Because he's blind, his other powers
Charismatic.
are heightened.
That's of course, like Daredevil. And Stick.
And LSD, took so much LSD he could see the future.
Oh God, I mean, he was on a massive amount of acid.
Oof.
I mean, every day, as long as he's awake for.
To be fair though,
I
I,
mean, he
want
would
to
go-
I want to become a mountain wizard and live off acid.
But he was.
I think he's probably getting his cock sucked all the
He
time.
was, and
I
he
know.
was the only, because he was the only one allowed to come.
Yeah.
The rest of them couldn't. They had to pump away. It was as a ritual. Like, it's 5 pumps and then you stop, and then it's like 12 pumps and you stop, and
I
that
can
was it.
understand. I can understand the
He
beginning with
was
the
a-
anime and that, and it looks attractive, and it's edgy and it's new.
And the target,
But when
the
you go there and
Takus
it
who
says-
love anime.
Yeah, and it says you can't eat and you can't come.
And get
I'm
in the
like, hang on a
microwave.
minute, mate.
Yeah.
You know,
And I've just thought of something actually. I've
Oh,
never
I-
experienced it, but
Yeah.
I imagine it possibly if you ejaculate whilst on a horrendous dose of acid, you might actually feel a million souls escaping through your genitals and like feel the
holy
heaviness,
shit.
the darkness of what you've just done, like crushed a million potential
You'd never
souls
wank
into
again?
non-existence. Yeah, it could be a heavy,
Well,
horrible.
he seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? You might
I'm
try
not
it
at that-
once and.
Yeah.
That's because your penis is another dimension.
Oh yeah.
That's how high I am right now. I was able to think of that.
That is
That was-
awesome.
the thing is,
It's dark.
I mean, he wanted we attribute on the last episode we talked about the Soldiers of White Love, his little personal mercenary force.
Mhm.
He wanted his own children to be that, but he came to the conclusion that he couldn't father that many children to get them trained fast enough to be like that good. So, but that was the plan. He would have fathered like his own bunch of ninja children to be the Soldiers of White Love. The guys who he actually employed,
Yeah.
who were veterans of the Japanese Defence Force and their airborne divisions, they were like a stopgap in a way. They said he could father his own kids, but no one else is allowed to have sex.
But
No one else is allowed to finish a job.
he got his comeuppance because just like fucking Saddam, they found him hiding in a hole,
In a wall cavity.
and now he's on death row. Is he not?
He is.
Is there any movement on that? What's the latest? Because there's some people are going to be
I've got
executed.
some-
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
for
So,
that.
we can move up to that now. To be fair, we
So
can-
now we'll
to-
finish this first, shall
To
we?
Well,
modern
how much
day.
have we got
Oh, is there a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay. From
It's...
is. Sorry, listener. It is even more surprising that another boom of interest in Aum Shinrikyo was after Aum manga Metsubo no Hi, which came out in 1988, about the Armageddon.
Oh, Harumageddon.
Armageddon. According to this comic book, everyone, except Aum members, would die during the destruction of this world by the Shiva deity. Speaking about the Armageddon was a good idea for Asahara. Before the approaching millennium in 2000, many Japanese felt worried, and joining Aum was a solution to overcome those fears. This fact means that, no matter how strange this cult can appear from the present day, the social and psychological climate in the time of Aum's existence made it very popular among young Japanese.
Yeah, of course, because
Yeah.
that's the Second World War with
And
the
they're
nuclear bomb.
otakus.
Yeah.
They're isolated already. They've just had their parents are still scarred from the surrender and the nuclear weapons being dropped. I mean,
And they can't get a girl to touch their winky.
no.
And
They're like incels but less
yeah,
violent.
we said that last week. I think
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, maybe more violent actually.
Well,
A lot
less
more.
violent towards women, more violent towards everyone else.
Mm. Well, yeah, they.
But you'd argue that the 10 guys, well, the 5 actual sort of umbrella stabbers were probably the most fanatical of the group. They must have been. You would have just picked 5 dudes at random. They'd have been the
Are they all on
ones
death
you-
row now and dead? And
Oh yeah.
stuff? Yeah.
Death row. Yeah, there's been some executions as well. But we'll get to that for sure.
Yeah.
Because they eventually got smashed and raided. Well, like you said,
Yeah.
he was like Saddam in a hole in the wall. I'm blind, don't take me. Kubash!
I hope someone gave him a smack.
Yeah, I hope someone grabbed his beard and beat him. He deserved it. I know, Mike, violence isn't the answer, but
No,
he's
sometimes
a
it is.
total cunt. And
Sometimes it is.
Yeah, I think just a few slaps, really, because he's blind and he wouldn't know which direction they're coming from. That'd be fun. Levitate out of this, you fucker. And just kick his legs really hard. Yeah. In the action movie version of this story, that's what happened.
I mean, you read the Aum Shinrikyo.
We just pistol whip him in the...
Yeah.
We assure all the other people at the scene, like, we just need 2 minutes and we somehow get him in the lift.
We take him in a room and do the Dark Knight Joker thing.
We get into the lift on our own, the door's shut, and everyone's like, hey, wait, and then we start going to the floors and we pistol whip this fucking fat, blind, wizard, floaty shithead.
Bearded wanker.
Wank stain of a man, just beat him mercilessly.
How's the acid doing now,
Yeah,
bitch?
and
How's it working for you now?
Fuck. Yeah, and it'd be horrific. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fun. And then we throw him down the lift shaft. Levitate, you cunt.
Levitate now, you cunt. Oh man, we're certainly quite...
We'd need backup to be able to lift him though.
Oh, true. We wouldn't get away with it, would we?
We'd roll him out and into the lift shaft.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Well, you know.
We could talk there.
They're gonna kill him anyway. How do they execute people in Japan? Does anyone know?
I assume it's lethal injection.
A bit civilised, yeah, I guess so. Maybe not.
More
firing
efficient.
Squad. Firing squad would be fun. Maybe not fun. I misused that word.
No,
I
the thing
think,
is, the modern Firing Day squad evolved to one dude who had the weapon set up in a grip on a table that was literally scientifically aimed at their heart.
Absolutely cannot miss.
Yeah, and all he would have to do is walk up and just sort of not even look and just pull the trigger.
Wow.
And I think Cambodia was the last country to stop using
That's
it a couple of years
dark,
ago.
man, isn't it?
Because they realised that being an executioner has a bit of a psychological toll on you.
Yeah, I guess. I imagine so. Yeah, I felt bad about killing that half-alive bee the other day, but it had to be done.
You put it out of his misery, guys.
I had to do that.
Show the circuitry that came out of it.
Fuck. That was weird. That was horrific.
I like how you just got perfectly cut in half on your window. It's
It was
like
insane.
it was almost like, what are the chances of that? Will that ever happen again?
I was driving along with the window open of the van, nice summer's day, and I saw pass across my face just something small, and I look and I see on the seat next to me just the top half of a bee, like its head and the next bit, and its legs were still intact, and it wasn't moving. I was like, oh shit, obviously it's hit the window, and I look, and the other half of it, its back bit, I think that's got a name, like a something.
It's Mike.
That ends in axe.
Thorax.
Something axe, no, it's in our throat. So anyway, that bit was stuck to the window frame, and then I'm like, oh, wow, unlucky bee, you literally were in the wrong place, wrong time, the window frame's hit you, and you've been cut in half, and you are dead.
Yeah.
And I look back down at the half that was on the seat, and it starts to fucking move. And not just move a little bit, it starts walking around and doing it. You know the thing where they rub their antennae with it's doing that? When it freaked me out so much I had to pull the van over. I know it couldn't hurt me, right? But it was just, the stinger was stuck to the window frame, but like, it was just horrific, horrendous. Yeah. And he's starting to flip his wings a little bit. I was like, don't start fucking flying around. I'd end up flipping the van over and dying. So I pulled over, flipped him out of the thing, and I was like, he can't still be alive. And I went out and found him, as you saw. If you've been on our Facebook, there is a video of all this. And the little fucker was still alive. So was it a robot? Are they just freaks? Either way, it showed you insects, insanely well designed. How can you get smashed in half and still just be like,
True enough.
But wow, that was a tangent.
Let's go back to the court.
Yeah, let's do it.
Japan prepares to execute up to 13 members of the Aum Shinrikyo court.
13 again.
13.
12 disciples and the leader.
Oh, it's all a court.
Yeah.
Mr. Crowley.
Thank you, Mr. Crowley, for my girlfriend. I prayed for her and she manifested.
And this is on the 20th of March 2018, this article. So Japan is believed to be preparing to execute as many as 13 members of a doomsday cult in what could become the country's biggest run of hangings in the past decade. So it is death by hanging. As you noticed, sold Ashikawa in the car then. Hasn't lost any weight, has he?
No.
Well, it'll help with the hanging, won't it?
That's very true. Tuesday marked the 23rd anniversary of Aum Shinrikyo's sarin nerve gas attack on the Tokyo subway, which killed 13 and caused illness amongst thousands of others. Some of the members of the cult were transferred to detention facilities outside of Tokyo last week, fueling local media speculation that their executions could be imminent.
Yeah.
Japan doesn't execute people until all accomplices' cases have been finalised. That milestone was reached in January this year.
Hang the bastards high. No, good.
Japan executed 15 people at the course of 2008. That was the largest number they ever sent to the gallows in every single year in recent history.
5.
Now listen then, hang on.
But they may not do it on the same day.
I hate to get all political and talk about wrestling, but the WWE did their show in from Saudi Arabia the other night, and I watched it live, and it was a bit weird, I have to admit, but they took a lot of shit from it because of Saudi Arabia's human rights record for executing people publicly for homosexuality.
Vince is in the Saudi pocket.
You know, he got paid 200 million.
There you go.
200 million. But anyway, Japan. That's quite a lot of people to well, I don't know if it's publicly, but it's still quite a lot of people to execute, isn't it?
Yeah.
No one moans about anyone going to Japan and doing anything.
No.
Well, that's just behind closed doors, though. It's like on the streets, like in Saudi Arabia, where
Well, they do still
public
stone
execution
people
and
occasionally. I'm going to
That's
sneeze.
why-
I'm sorry.
I think a civilised society.
I apologise. Sorry, guys.
I think a
cold.
civilised society shouldn't resort to murder.
Well, yeah, but
It's
these
not.
guys.
That to me is uncivilised. It's an uncivilised act.
well,
I think it should be
Shizu
beheaded.
Takahashi.
No, and
No.
they should be killed at all.
Oh,
Well, Sishu Takahashi, 71, whose husband Kazemusa died in the subway attack, laid flowers at the Kizumaki station in central Tokyo on Tuesday morning. Referring to the death of her inmate, she told Kyoto News, "I hope they'll be executed according to law and without making a fuss about it."
yeah. Too
Yeah.
right. You fucking
No,
did
but
the
you-
Yeah,
crime.
but
you-
what happens is that makes her feel a little bit better.
Do the crime,
So we should
do the time. Hang 'em high.
Okay.
Drag 'em from horses. No, that was... You don't have to drag 'em from horses. That was
I
different.
agree with the. I'm not a lover of the
What
death
about the
sentence,
fact that
but it's
in
pretty
the
obviously.
US, hang on, what about the fact in the US that something like 3% of people that have been sent to the chair have been innocent?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. It
Yeah.
does suck.
It does suck, but
But some people just,
the
I think, should
certain
be shut up.
states, like the some of the certain southern states, are a bit less, more free with sending people to the chair than
Yeah.
other states, and that's an
Don't
outlook of the region.
Yeah, but
In Japan, they're sensible people.
okay,
you know.
they must have a similar percentage.
I very much doubt they execute that many people. I think this, with their intentions, I think
Yeah.
it deserves the hanging.
Because, come on, you've got to
They
send
wanted to
the
kill a million
message.
people.
Okay,
They had
we're not going to agree. We're not
no,
gonna
but
agree.
they had like enough chemical weapons
they
to
did.
kill another 4 million.
I'm
What
not
if it had
saying-
And you
succeeded?
guys-
I'm not
discouraged.
I'm not justifying what they did,
No.
but I just think a civilized society shouldn't murder.
Like I said,
in any
could we
si-
smash their knees with hammers? Would you agree to that?
No, I've got nothing against it. They can't be rehabilitated, which is quite clear they cannot.
Cut the cocks off
Then they should be segregated from society for the rest of their lives.
and cut the cocks off.
I would argue that I think in this case it's
Is that
pretty
not a big
proven.
enough punishment?
No, because they like that. They're otakus. They like to be steered away from society and be able to look at anime all the time.
You've been a very naughty boy now. Go and sit in your room for 30 years.
I think that in this kind of scenario where they're looking to bring on Armageddon to ignite a war with America to kill
Yeah, but
potentially 4 million
I can
people.
see where you're arguing from, but if I come from a standpoint where civilized society cannot kill somebody, it doesn't matter what they've done, it's not going to trump that, is it?
There's always going to be bad people,
Chuck them in the
and
sea
there's always going to be bad people
Chuck
in
'em in the
society.
sea.
from an aeroplane.
And there's always going to be people who are easily led, and I think these people are easily led.
Yeah.
Right? Now, they have to live with that decision that they've made.
Well, they don't because they're going to die.
Good,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay.
In this scenario, they've confessed they were on there.
There'll be a lot of people that will feel the same way as you.
So there should be.
Okay then. Okay
So
then.
no one's entitled to a different opinion.
Each one of them can gets.
No, they are.
I'm saying,
Kicked in
I'm
the
saying your
balls.
opinion is valid. I'm just giving mine.
Yeah, but I think that in every society, as I said, there's bad people, and some men you just can't reach.
Cut the
Quite
cock.
good as
Where does it
roses.
stop?
Eh?
Where does it stop?
Well, that's what
After you
have
cut
there.
the cock off, and no one
Usually at
does it
the
again.
root.
Cut the cock off, make them eat it, boom, put it on telly.
So I'm for the hanging. Gaz wants to torch them and make them choke on their own
Then
cocks.
hang them while they're choking on their cocks, and no one will try and.
This
gas
has turned
the
into
subway again.
a massive sort of death sentence discussion. So let's
Look,
move
I'm a
away
peaceful
from that.
guy. I'm a peaceful guy, but I just think
Well, no, it's an
after what
important
they've
thing to
done,
do, mate.
after what they've done, stab them all.
That's Gaz's opinion.
Or expose
Throw-
them to sarin themselves and see
Throw
what
them off
they
a
like it.
building. Throw them off a building. See if they.
No,
fly.
I'm not even going to be sadistic about it. Just hang them. As simple as just hang them. This is what happens if you do that.
Blow the sarin with bellows up their anus.
It wouldn't work though because
Then
they've
throw
got
them
to
out of an
inhale it.
airplane. Then throw them out of an
I'm sure we're
airplane.
going to their body, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would, but at a slower rate. You're looking at 10
Well, about
minutes.
slow rate.
Well, then smash them with a
European
hammer.
test-
Because it's it's airborne.
You take suppositories, don't you, up your arse because
Not
it's meant to-
personally, no.
No, I've never done, but some people
It's a
do.
penis as a suppository.
Have you taken drugs of your penis, guys?
Drugs up your
I
penis.
have never put drugs up my penis. I've done some pretty weird things, dude, but I've never, ever had the desire. I've never once been sitting there at a party and thought, you know what would be better than this, which is already pretty fucking amazing.
Just sat there at a party.
The only
You know
thing-
what, shall I take drugs at my penis? Nah, that's alright as it is.
So I go to the bathroom and put some of it in like Japside. Shall I use my cock to snort the drugs? I don't think that's humanly possible. You could probably poke it down there with a cocktail umbrella, but nobody needs
That's
to
what I was
jump
going
out
with,
of it.
actually, to be fair. That's
Oh,
what I was,
God, no. Of course I've never
Sticking
done
it
such
up
a
the-
thing. I've never done such a thing. And I'm sure if I was going to do something like that, I'd put it on my butt first.
That's my point.
Have you put it on first?
No, I've never put it on my butt.
Well, that's the point. Suppositories are meant to get to it work faster.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
I've
true,
always had
isn't
this
it?
theory, imagine, because that is the best way to take drugs,
Yeah.
right? That's why suppositories exist. Because I've always thought it's weird that people snort drugs. It's just a weird, whoever thought of that to do it first. Fair play to you, man. You've caused me a lot of joy and misery, but thanks. But anyway, imagine here, that wasn't the done thing in society. People were instead at parties where the coke came out or the whatever people were snorting. Everyone whipped their pants down and bent over and poked it up their butts.
Snorting
right?
is a little bit more glamorous, isn't it?
Yeah, no, do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's spent over has to stick
Well,
it up
just
their
get your
anus,
arse
so then you
out.
go back to just like, yeah, so anyway, right, yeah, totally, we're going to go into business together and yeah, it'll be amazing. Oh, you're such a beautiful person. Oh, excuse me a minute, I fancy another one. Do you want one? Yeah, right then. Pants come down, finger, and you'd have to have wipes everywhere to do your and bins.
And rubber
I've thought
gloves.
about it.
You wear rubber gloves all the time, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
You know, a pack
you
of
just-
rubber gloves, you have to keep on using that,
You
wouldn't
leave
you?
your coat gloves on.
So
Yeah.
you come into
and
the-
when your police searched you and found a pair of
Yeah.
a nice
Yeah.
pair of coke gloves I see
Yeah.
with the shit and white
Yeah.
stains on
And
them.
getting into a club, you'd have to have a packet of rubber gloves on you, wouldn't you? And a box of 100 gloves.
But then they know your intentions.
Is a bit more noticeable than the outline of a cigarette packet, isn't it? You know,
Well,
I
so
suppose it's a bit the same as if we go into a pub and everyone just puts shots in their eye.
I'd rather that than everyone bending over.
Well, you
I've
did the
done
both,
some
wouldn't
drugs
you?
with people whose asses I would definitely not want to see. Oh.
You know, you take your drugs, stick up your arse, shot of vodka in the eye.
Let's start a cult.
no, let's not start coping before.
I can't help it.
Jazz, it's you that keeps picking all these cult things. You're trying to indoctrinate us into your cult, aren't you?
You picked Heaven's Gate, and you picked Aum Shinrikyo. I just do UFO funny shit. I does serious stuff.
I like
mean,
cults.
he does like stuff that's affecting us daily. He's on sense of rationale in this fucked up world. I do the crazy shit, and you're picking on trying to get everyone into a cult. What's going on, man?
Like, cults, they're interesting. They're interesting social...
If you pick Jonestown for your next episode,
No, we will get round to Jonestown. Of course
We're
we
going
will.
through
or
the
Waco. I mean,
We're
for fuck's
definitely
sake.
doing Waco one day. We're definitely doing Waco. Yeah, look, I like occults.
We've
Don't
noticed
fucking
you-
judge me.
You like the occult and the cult. That's the problem.
I haven't murdered anybody. I'm a perfectly normal human being.
You're a
It's just-
fucking professional driver. You've got more chance of murdering someone than me alive.
I've never kidnapped or murdered anybody.
Yeah, but
Just
And
stick
used
to
my
it.
van to dispose
as
of
a
the body.
psychological profile, you're more likely to than I am.
Yes, I realise this.
It's all trying to come together.
This is why I'm incredibly crafty in my methods. And you'll never ever find anything on me.
I mean, you've got a torture chamber somewhere in the back of that transit, haven't you?
Get out of my head, Ben.
Dirty mattress in the back.
You dirty mattress, little boxes and deliveries piled into one corner.
There isn't
And
a
there's a dirty mattress with
in the back.
shackles.
The mattress is
And a
perfectly
hacksaw.
clean, you pair of arseholes. I'm not an animal, I clean the fucking mattress.
Oh, so you don't need for DNA evidence, do you?
Jesus, I'm gonna sneeze because that's a sign of guilt, isn't it? Hang on. No, maybe.
Just shackles, a
Yeah.
recently scrubbed mattress with a hacksaw in the back.
Blood and semen soaked mattress.
I wash it!
Cleaned it already.
I
You
wash
know,
the
he's
mattress!
what CSI, he knows to do.
I bleach the shit out of it every fucking night. Mama didn't raise no fool.
So,
Back to
Wait.
the cult, you bastards.
I think we've kind of given our explanations of the cult, really. That, all of that.
They were mad cunts
Mike,
with
would you
electric
like-
helmets up.
Would you like to,
We've got one more article.
Oh, okay.
Forever in electric helmets.
Probably electric dreams as well, in all fairness.
I'm gonna rock down to the electric helmet.
Sounds suspicious like reggae, that.
We love reggae here
We don't.
in the apocalypse.
Well, let's put it this way, you'll both be dead if it comes on.
Our playlist in the apocalypse is going to be mainly reggae based
Well,
and clown based.
reggae clone bands. Oh.
Reggae version.
Ding, yeah. Yeah. Fucking hell.
No
Okay.
trapeze, no cry.
What did you say?
No trapeze, no cry. And as of course they've all got their tears tattooed on their face after Mike's broken the clone enclosure. Notice I say enclosure because I don't consider them human beings.
Not the way Mike treats them. You don't want to know how their noses get that red.
Let's move on.
It's an ongoing court case.
Can't comment. Legal reasons.
Anyway, back to the cult. Back to Aum Shinrikyo, the cult.
The Japanese cult that is surfacing in Europe.
Oh.
It's from the BBC, so we know it's trusted.
It has to be.
Russian police have carried out dozens of raids this week on properties linked to the Aum Shinrikyo cult. 10 people were detained and dozens more are under investigation. The arrests and another recent crackdown in Montenegro have thrown the spotlight back on this murky group.
They're not murky, we know what they want.
No, we've gone through that.
Yeah, I'm just going to scroll down to something pertinent.
We know what they
So
want.
where are they in
Mad cunts.
Europe?
Why?
Why are they in Europe now? The group went underground after Tokyo but did not disappear, eventually renaming itself Aleph.
Aleph, or yeah, I imagine.
Yeah. Another smaller group, Hikaru no Wa, Circle of Rainbow Light. Circle of Rainbow Light!
That sounds nice.
That's pretty fucking
Sounds
cool.
lovely.
I think they're the ones, are they? That the
That could have been a
they
Dio
splintered
album.
and they apologised for the whole thing.
Yes.
Oh, that makes it alright then.
Yeah. They were founded by
They put people in microwaves, Mike.
Oh yeah, I know.
They were
Sorry,
headed. They are headed by Aum's former spokesman and Asahara's successor, Fumihiro Joyu, who was formed in 2007. Joyu claimed to have distanced his group from worship of Asahara, so they just worship him now, probably,
Sounds like
presumably.
it.
The group had operations in the former Soviet states in the upheaval following the collapse of the USSR, but the region has become increasingly important in recent years. In late March, Montenegro expelled 58 foreigners suspected of association with Aum Shinrikyo. They were gathered at a hotel they'd rented in the former tiny Yugoslav state. 4 from Japan, the Interior Ministry said, but 43 from Russia, 7 from
43.
Belarus, 3 from the Ukraine and 1 from Uzbekistan. The Russian raids in early April targeted 25 properties. The group is illegal in Russia, but prosecutors said it may have up to 30,000 Russian followers and has been pressuring people for donations.
Okay.
Officials have opened a criminal investigation saying the group's activities involve violence against citizens and injury to their health, state media reported.
Wow.
And in Japan,
And in Japan, officials have opened a criminal investigation again, presumably, saying the group's activities involve.
Oh, no, you read that.
Sorry, yeah. Aum Shinrikyo is designated a terrorist organisation in the US and many other countries, but Aleph and Hikaru no Wa are both legal in Japan. A bet designated, albeit. Well, no, you can say a bet. I'm from Dorley.
can you?
Yeah, I can say
You're pissed.
I'm from Dorley. It's fine.
Whatever then.
I'm pissed. We had 6 cans.
As you said in a very pissed voice.
That was the intent.
Please continue on. Sorry.
Albert.
I'm sorry, Albert.
Albert,
That's my dad's name, Albert.
designated in Japan as dangerous religion subject to
Excuse me.
heightened surveillance. Some estimates say they have 1,500 followers between them, with reports the number is slowly growing. A few human rights advocates have defended those members who have not been found guilty of crimes, saying they were unaware of plans to attack the Tokyo subway. Well, that's alright then.
Oh yeah, you'll be alright.
But members face little prospect of receiving social or official acceptance despite attempts to distance themselves from the events of 21 years
They've
ago.
still got at least 1,500 followers in Japan.
Yeah, between the two, who the one says they're apologetic
Yeah.
and the others are just kind of carried on a bit.
And what was the estimate in Europe?
30,000 in Russia, I believe.
Fucking hell.
In Russian, former Soviet states.
Still quite a lot.
It is.
It's alright, when we go to war with Russia, they'll be trampled.
No, because they're going to release chemical weapons for Harumageddon. They'll love
Yeah,
that
but it'll
shit.
go wrong, it'll blow up in the people's faces, they're
Oh.
trying to set them off, you know, it will.
They might become competent by now.
No, never.
So, we all agree this is a group of dangerous nerds who tried to bring about Harumageddon. But because of their incompetence, failed, even though they had the technical know-how. Without saying that,
They did quite well.
the sarin was only 40% pure. It was 100% pure. I
Yeah.
mean, wow. Imagine.
I mean, good effort. They made that shit themselves.
It's a B+.
Yeah. But there was a lot of fuck-ups along the way with, you know, remote control helicopters and cars with
Yeah.
spraying devices and all sorts of silly shit. And even on the day, the big one, they still fucked that up.
They did.
So-
Nerves got to them, let's say.
Clown shoes, man. They're just clown shoes. Sorry, Ben, I'm not. You know, they're like the Mickey Mouse and Goofy of the cult world, but they did quite well. Massive success.
Oh, yeah,
Still
yeah.
very
And
silly.
remember, they had billions in their bank account at this point. You know, billions.
That's why I want to start my own.
And when you do and you get that kind of money, I'll come on board.
You heard it here. Right, so yeah, I think very interesting. There's not much conspiracy about
yeah.
it. It's just so comic booky. It's insane.
It is, yeah. It's absolutely.
And it's nuts how a
Evil
nun...
Mountain Wizards is probably the best way to describe it.
We got very close to
But there were these guys who wanted to be like. They wanted mountain wizards. They wanted that. They'd have special powers. They were comic book geeks like ourselves.
Yeah.
They wanted to touch
They're
a
anime
boob.
They were
geeks.
brought up on it, weren't they?
Yeah.
They wanted to touch
They
a
wanted to
booby.
And let's face it,
Literally, that's
who
what they
can
wanted.
blame them for wanting to escape this fucking reality?
Yeah, well, I do it all the time with sort of
Exactly.
video
We
games.
do it all
and
to some
comic
extent.
books and
Yeah. Well, everyone does.
daydreaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless the root of the problem is
I would argue that we probably could have been
cut the
primed.
cancer out, I say. Capitalism's got to go.
No. You
But
brought
then
capitalism
again, I'm a
to it.
crypto-Marxist, so I would say.
Karl Marx's one. Was it his
Arrest us,
birthday
man.
this week?
It
200th
was.
birthday this week?
Mm-hmm.
As we record. I would say that we're all potential sort of candidates for Well, we're not me. I'm going to do fucking. I'm not into that spiritual shit. But, you know, maybe you two.
Fuck you, buddy.
Geeks.
Yeah.
You're just as much of a nerd as we are.
Yeah, but
I've got
I'd
a
be like.
human girlfriend, I'm not that bad.
They'd be like, yeah, do you want to learn to read minds? What, like Professor X? Yeah.
I can tell you
How's
about-
that working?
Comics and wrestling, yeah. Well, you know, I'm still dashing and
I
handsome.
think you two are prime candidates for Aum Shinrikyo.
Fuck you, you're definitely a prime candidate.
I probably am.
Get
but
in that microwave now.
But probably not.
I definitely am.
No, you're a otaku.
I
You
definitely am.
spend all day playing Championship Manager.
You respect all that, military, respect.
Well, I'd have been one of the soldiers of white love.
Look at the way you've
There you
super
go.
sucked your way up the management system.
Oh,
at
that's
work.
hard. 16 years that took me.
Fucking hell, you must love sucking
15
dick.
years of being a complete and utter dickhead, and then 1 year actually doing what I was
Looking
supposed
down, you've turned over a new leaf, lad. We're proud of you.
That's it. You're part of the corporate machine now.
Yeah.
to. Get my own phone
You're
now.
part of another cult now.
You're part of the cult of
The capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that corporate cock right down your grateful throat.
They
young
keep
man.
paying me so I do less work. They pay me more money. I'm quite happy.
But you're
Yeah,
screwing
but
over your
where's your
fellow
soul?
men below you.
Yeah, where's your soul,
I'm on
Ben?
their side, Mike.
No, you're not. We've been through this. You can't be both.
Can't.
I'm on their side,
You're
man.
fooling yourself.
You're at the
You say-
moment because he's junior management.
you
He's
say-
like an in-between. But you go up another 1 or 2 steps, mate. That's it.
and you're setting
You're
yourself
one
up
of
for
them.
ruin by
I'll
believing.
always be on their side.
No. By
No.
believing that,
I'm
you're
a
setting yourself
Jeremy
up.
Corbyn figure.
All right then.
Oh,
Why
you
don't you go in there? Why doesn't he
You
go
make
in there?
jam.
Guys, why doesn't he go in there on Tuesday? Demand a pay rise for everybody.
Yeah,
Because I'm
do it, Ben.
junior management, I can't
You
do
said you want
that.
to fight for the rights.
Yeah.
When I get to a certain level, I
You've got
can,
elevated
but I can't
levels.
do it from where I am now.
Start a revolution.
Hey!
That sounds like the talk of an excusist.
I
read that
do
already.
find it ironic that I'm junior manager now and I've got quite an anarchist tattoo on my quite prominent
Yeah,
right arm.
does it seem even more ironic when you see it passing by your face as you're wanking at the man above you?
No.
Please let me
Because
into
I
your
don't
club.
wank them off because I'm just really good at my job.
I want coffee from the special manager's machine where the grunts aren't allowed to go.
I don't drink coffee.
Tea,
No,
water,
not that.
something. Oh, just touch my penis.
No, you're
please.
just struggling for it now. It's not
Yes,
working.
I am.
You're struggling for it now. It's not working. I defeated you with cold logic, sir.
We all know what you did to become a manager.
I
You
interviewed
joined
really well.
the club. Yeah, I bet you did. On all fours. So,
Oh!
sorry.
Oh!
I'm only jealous. I wish I got promoted. Senior van driver, maybe that's a thing.
I'd like to get promoted to working class. I'm still underclass. I'm the underbench.
Mike's like a nerd chav in a way.
Unclassifiable. That's a good place to be.
Yeah, man.
Should we wrap this fucker up?
Yeah, I think we've really said it all, haven't we? I think we said it all.
I think
So,
we'll go to a bit of a reggae box.
let's do the reggae box. And it's been a couple of weeks since I've done a reggae box. I haven't mean to do it, but I kind of kept forgetting.
Why does the reggae box exist, Ben?
Because I really fucking hate reggae, Gaz. I think it's all shit.
Because you're not human. And so things that Ben
So-
hates get put into
So
the reggae
it's
box.
a bit of a Room 101 scenario.
Yes.
Yeah.
We even have a theme tune.
We do.
Here we go.
Give me the gun. Where are they? Put the gun down. Show you with the box. Who's in the box? Because I envy your normal life. Put the gun down, David. It seems that envy is my sin. Oh, what's in the box? I'll take it. Give me the gun. What's in the fucking box? Give me the gun. I just told you. You lied!
What is in the reggae box, Ben?
Fantastic. First thing on the agenda is it's a little bit, about a week or so late, or will be by the time this is released, is the Windrush scandal in the UK, where we invited a lot of people from the Caribbean over on the HMS Windrush.
These are our colonies.
They are colonies. They're British Commonwealth citizens, and for some reason, when we decided that
To create a hostile environment for these people, which was a government
sanctioned.
sanctioned
Yeah.
policy.
So they,
Hostile environment,
Yeah.
make it so horrible for them.
yeah,
They
they
just
left.
want to leave.
They
That,
ca-
that
they-
was a government policy
Yeah.
towards immigrants.
who they had invited over to do jobs that after the Second World War were in need of doing,
Nursing.
nursing, stuff like that, and to find out that them and their children all of a sudden being denied basic rights in this country, like access to healthcare and citizenship, and being told that when they do get deported back to Jamaica, They should just put a Jamaican accent to fit in.
Even though they lived in Britain for all their lives.
They've lived in Britain all their lives.
Some of these, because they're not just the Windrush.
No, it's
the second and
third generations. And then, and this one guy was like, well, I mean, this
I'm from
leaflet
Dudley.
through the door. I'm from Dudley, mate. I've never been to Jamaica.
For fuck's sake.
And it's been, and it says put on a Jamaican accent to fit in there. I mean, these
Like
people.
sending you to Germany and saying put on a
Yeah,
German
just put on a
accent.
German accent, Ben,
You'll
you'll
be
be fine. Yeah,
You'll be
just
fine.
go for it. Just go for it. It'll be
You'll
fine.
be
You'll fit in.
fine.
Yeah. But no, it's such a bollocks. And the fact that we had to, the Parliament had a vote on whether to release details of this, and the Tory party overwhelmingly came in behind of the
Cat.
our Prime Minister Theresa May, who used to be Home Secretary, and a lot of this went on under her.
Yeah, she implemented it.
She implemented it. Deport first, ask questions later.
She used to be a
Policy.
lizard as well.
And she's still a fucking lizard,
Yeah.
Gaz. I ain't even got to say allegedly for that.
No.
You know,
It's a shapeshifter.
she is.
That's what that power
Oh,
stance was
this
all
cool-
about. It's where their tail goes,
Yeah.
but we just can't see
So
it.
that was that fucking twitch that goes on.
Yeah.
But
So what's going in? The policy or the people? Or
the policy of the Conservative government,
And
it's
the Home Secretary.
and the Home Secretary who had to resign for Theresa May
Do you know why she resigned?
because she's a fucking tool of hers. She's trying to sell her souls to the reptilians.
Because they shoved
probably.
money up a bumhole and said, you'll
No,
be alright.
do you know the reason why she had to resign as a cabinet member?
No.
Because she lied to MPs.
Oh, of course, yes. But
So
so
she
is
came
Theresa
to lie
May.
to the public
Yeah.
that she repeatedly said in tweets that she did not know of anything about that policy. And
Yeah.
it came out that she did know about it,
Yeah.
and Theresa May knew about it. She lied to the public about it, implemented a horrible fucking policy.
Yeah.
Neither of them were enough to get her the sack. It was lying to other MPs.
No, but you can't do that.
There you
Do you
go.
know what I mean,
Yeah,
mate?
I mean-
Do you know what I mean? How fucking sick is this country? Right?
It's sick, but that's how it works. That's how you stay in control and power. That's how you got to operate around these people. But she had to take one for the team.
Yeah, and she'll be back in some little cabinet post. She
Yeah.
hasn't really left.
She's-
She's still an MP.
Allegedly,
MP.
probably
She's still
already-
drawing that she'll get off another cabinet post in
Yeah.
a couple of years. Won't be as prestigious, but it'll be a little minor one where she can claim her expenses.
She took one for the team, and allegedly it wouldn't be the first one. She
Yeah.
took one from a team.
In 10 years' time, she might end
Right
up
at
as
the bottom.
Theresa May's successor to the Conservative Party. Who knows?
Cunts, a lot of them.
Yes. And my
This is
second
why,
one,
Mike, you should legally be allowed to smash people with hammers.
yeah.
Only in the
And
legs.
my second one, because I got two,
Okay.
is the fake news surrounding the local council elections in this country, where the BBC auntie reported the local election results as it's too close to call. Labour and the Tories are neck and neck. Well, Labour gained was it Mike 75 seats. The Conservatives lost 45.
Are they
Right.
controlling the narrative or just trying to make it sexy?
Well, they're not trying to make it sexy.
Trying to get you to click.
It's just.
No,
It's
it's
fake
going out,
news. We
isn't it?
talked about fake news.
Yeah.
This is propaganda. They say, vote for Labour. No, it doesn't work. Look at the Conservatives. It's neck and neck. They can't brush it off and say it's a Tory win.
What was that Daily Express newspaper headline?
Oh, God.
The front page when
Yeah.
they had Theresa May.
Oh, we support you, Mrs May, but don't call a general election. Look, we are behind you, Mrs
Yeah.
May. And she was a picture of her doing a power stance and looking absolutely ludicrous when
Do
she
you know
does
why
it.
she was standing like that? Hulk Hogan just fucked her.
Or Chuck
power of
Norris.
Hulkamania. He's
Yeah,
hard
and
to
in
check.
brackets it says, but don't call another
Yeah,
general election.
but don't call a general election.
Well, that just...
How can Britain support you? And when,
Yeah.
when a leading Tory paper is saying, hey, you know what, Britain supports you, but for fuck's sake, don't call a general election.
Well, they know
Well,
she's fucked.
The
Yeah.
fact is, Labour have got
That just
1,400 seats in the
thing
local
is, guys, it's
parliament
got the
elections.
headline, and then the sub-headline in brackets totally undermines what the fucking headline... In the next sentence, guys,
We
the
know that,
hypocrisy
don't
of
we?
these cunts.
But think of who reads that paper.
Yeah.
And fuck them.
Oh, yeah.
Works
well,
on them, doesn't
You
it?
won't
Yeah.
change their vote.
I'll
anyway.
validate a clone sacrificial murder for those cunts.
Would you let a clown fuck you to get Labour in
No.
A female clown, an attractive I mean like uber attractive female clown. If the genie said to you, you fuck her right now and you wake up tomorrow and Corbyn's in power.
Well, I tell you what, a better deal for me would be you fuck the hot chick clown and you're in power tomorrow.
No, what?
Yeah.
No, I want you to fuck a clown.
No, I will if I'm the one in
There he
charge.
goes, he will if he's in the charge, he said it.
You'll fuck a clown girl to put Corbyn in power.
Is she gonna stab me? Is she gonna stab
No,
me?
she's not gonna stab you. You've just got to.
So I'm gonna have
fuck
sex
her
with a
to
girl in
completion.
clown makeup.
Yes, to completion and a clown costume.
Right. And I get to rule the country the rest of my
No,
life.
no. Corbyn will be in power if you do it.
Oh no.
So
I
you'd
get to
rather
do it.
have Theresa May.
No.
You wouldn't take one for the team in that way.
Oh, you know what? I am
Not
taking
too
one for the team,
socialist, is
aren't I? I am taking one for the
You're a
team, aren't I?
sociopath. No, I'm joking. You're not a sociopath.
I am taking one for the team, and she's not going to stab me.
She's a really hot clown woman.
Well, alright then.
There you
In
go.
that scenario.
You're a champion.
If I'm in power, though, I'll
We'll do
fucking we'll come dressed as a clown.
Oh, for a world-class
Would you fuck
psychologist.
Josh Whittaker in a clown though?
Well, no, he's a man.
Yeah, but you get to a perfect. I just trying to see how far you'd go.
Well, I just don't swing that way. It's just, you know.
I know, that's what I mean. To see
So
how far you would go.
I don't think I could actually satisfy him.
Oh, we'd make you try.
Oh, we'll move on.
Yeah, that's
Because I want to get it up because he's a man.
The universe is an egg and the moon isn't real.
Are you
Oh,
okay? Is that a headline?
Yeah.
From theguardian.com.
Yeah.
The universe is an egg and the moon isn't real.
Well, there was a flat Earth convention in Birmingham.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
This is it.
And this is what this article's about.
An egg.
There was a 3-hour presentation which contended that the universe is a giant egg. There was a Manchester musician who posited that the Earth is the shape of a diamond, and another who believes the moon is a projection.
Yep, of course it is.
Welcome to the Flat Earth UK Convention, a raucous departure from scientific norms where people are free to believe literally anything.
Oh, fuck 'em.
When people ask me what I believe, I can't say that I believe in anything 100%, Gary John tells the audience during his opening address, apart from that we don't live on a globe.
But every other planet's a globe. Every other single planet is a globe, apart from Earth.
Hang on. A globe is a thing that you spin and look at with
It's
a map on
basketball.
it. With a map on it. No, it's a ball. Globe
No,
is a
it's
map.
It's a globe shape. It's,
I
it's
think
a
a
shape,
globe
isn't it?
is just a thing, a map, a ball map.
Yeah, because
We're on a planet.
like a
Yeah.
sphere, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's not perfectly spherical, but it's a planet. It's planet shaped.
look, the point is...
It's not fucking flat, I'm not saying that. But you know what I'm saying? I know, I think.
Yeah. Most do not believe in space. None believe mankind has ever travelled there. But they're using the internet to use satellites to portray this message.
Well, that's lost
So
to
when-
them because they're morons.
Yeah. I have an ongoing feud with the Flat Earth Society. I've been called a NASA shill by them.
Which you are.
I'm not. I just, it's... Either way, these guys are a bunch of cunts.
Some believe the Earth exists beneath 4 cosmic rings within a giant egg-shaped universe.
Oh, that's alright then. And have you heard of the
Rings.
Pac-Man theory? You heard about that?
No.
We live in
The
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man theory. You know how originally they said that at the edge of the flat Earth there was a giant Game of Thrones ice wall?
Yeah.
Well, now they've moved that on
Okay.
and they have the Pac-Man theory. So, to listeners of a certain generation, amongst
know what it
ourselves, right? Pac-Man, you go off the edge of the screen, you reappear on the other edge of the screen,
Oh,
don't you?
Yeah.
Right? That is flat Earth.
And does it
Yeah?
make a noise?
So there's
like
no
this?
ice wall anymore. There's no ice wall. You go off one edge of the Earth, and you reappear on the other.
That sounds like
That's a
magic.
genuine flat Earth theory.
That sounds like
Oh,
magic.
yes, it says here. The Earth, according to Nesbitt, is more likely diamond shaped with east-west travel facilitated by 4D space time warps along the edges, allowing for a, quote, Pac-Man version of reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, just exactly what you just said.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, you can't debate these people. And as I said before, I'm going to use the
can't
metaphor
smash them
again.
with hammers.
It's like playing chess with a pigeon.
Yeah.
You'll checkmate it in like 10 moves.
Yeah.
But they'll get up on the board, knock the pieces over, have a shit on the board, and then fuck off thinking they've won. You can't debate these people. This is where you need the kneecaps, the hammers to the kneecaps, guys.
Or hammers to the brains for these people.
They're holding us back as a species.
Hammers to the brain. I sound a bit violent this week. I am joking, but maybe a slap on the back of the head.
No. They're a detriment to the species, these people.
Right. So we see if any of us have got the flat Earth addiction
Okay.
test. You have to ask these questions to yourself. Have people said that you are pushy or obsessive about flat Earth?
No.
Have you thought that if only everyone knew about flat Earth, the world would be a different place?
No.
And have you noticed that you spend less and less time with your family and friends and more time talking to flat earthers?
Well, kind of, but only sound like a bunch of wankers.
Yeah. No, I'm not addicted. I'm not a subscriber.
And that's not several, that's 3.
Oh dear.
Cyclist breaks jaw and fractures spine in pothole crash.
Well, I'm gonna be pretty fucking good to get a laugh out of this.
Wow.
I laugh.
Should have gone to Specsavers. I don't know what.
Simon
Oh
Moss,
God, that's graphic.
Simon Moss, 44, sustained severe facial injuries and a fractured
I
spine
didn't need the
after
picture.
hitting a
Mate.
27 centimetre, 9-inch deep pothole in Stony.
9 inches deep, I could fuck that.
Oh my God. I was going to say where there's blame, there's a claim, but you went straight to the dog. Wow. You could what? Fuck the hole in his face that's
No,
left
that
from his
9
accident.
that
So I just
9
looked up and saw it again. Scroll on.
That 9 inch hole that's in the road.
You'd fuck that, but not a clown woman.
Well, the 9 inch pothole will give you
Once
some
again, I
satisfaction.
repeat myself. Oh, for a world-class psychologist.
Psychiatrist.
Well, actually, you got a class, an E, so you're not far off.
Exactly.
Stop analysing me. Stop it.
Too late.
It's got to put a crimp in your day, this, don't it?
Well,
It certainly has.
Smashed his spine and his face.
The father of 2 sustained severe injuries, including a broken jaw after crashing into a pothole while cycling. Simon Moss, 44, lost 4 teeth and fractured his spine in a crash on the stony Stratford, Buckinghamshire. Yeah, that's right. On Sunday. According to the Times, he was still in hospital on Wednesday. He'd been riding with friends at the pothole, which they said was difficult to see as it had been filled with rainwater. Well, they all avoided it.
Well, what can I say?
I'll tell you what, it's a bitch, innit?
Life is a bitch.
Well,
One minute
I'm
you're
gonna
riding along,
yeah.
happy as fuck, like an arrogant fucking...
see, I agree with
Tosser
you here. When you say
thinking
arrogant tosser cyclist.
Yeah, they're all arrogant tossers.
Yeah, I don't drive, and I'm looking at cyclists as
I
a
hate
passenger, sort of, and I'm thinking, get the fuck over, you prick.
Fuckhead.
Get over. And
They've
our
got you
good
riding
friend
free abreast.
Tyler is a major cyclist,
Well,
and he maybe spent half an hour looking at his 4 bikes he's got in his garage.
I'm sure you loved those.
No, I did not.
Could you
And
see the difference in the frames and the tyres and the...
I could not. And my mum was a couple of road bikes and a couple of mountain bikes. I know that
There you
much,
go.
right?
To start.
Right, but then he just went on to tell me how they all perform in certain conditions and what races you'd use them for,
Wow.
and at what point you would change over. And I was like, and at that point, I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I'll tell you what conditions
Take
I
me
can
out of this
perform
reality
in.
now.
All of them. Well, fuck cyclists.
No offence, Tyler. Love you, mate. You're a great
Yeah,
guy,
no,
but I
no.
don't need to see your bike collection.
Not you, Tyler, or any relatives I have that maybe or may not be cyclists, but fuck 'em.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last bit of news.
Yeah.
Robot successfully assembles an IKEA
Oh,
chair.
it's a robot bait.
Do you remember when we did this at Terminator 2?
Yeah.
The flat pack furniture test. A machine is required to unpack and assemble an item of flat pack furniture. Has to read the instructions and assemble the item as described, correctly installing all fixtures.
Well, it's ahead of me.
That's a test for
It's ahead of me.
confirming human level AGI.
I can follow instructions.
Yeah, but I bet you can't do it as fast as that robot.
I look better than that robot.
Well, you do, because those are just 2 arms.
I'm human.
So the music off for that.
Okay.
There's a video, if you go and search for the article.
Right.
Yeah. It's taken a few takes.
It didn't open the box or carry the box in from the car.
No.
It's the third take and they've almost got it. After several failed attempts, these robots use human-like dexterity to construct the chair in 8 minutes 55 seconds.
That's more than I can do. It's
Imagine
less than I can do, even.
Imagine the wank you'd get off one of them.
The robots are able to pick up the right parts of the chair, move around without colliding with each other,
I could do that.
and understand when
I
the
haven't
pins
collided with you guys once today.
were fully inserted into the holes.
Oh, hello.
Oh. I was just lifting up the chair legs and it's
Well-
holding the thing, they're holding the nut, the other robot.
Well,
Oh man!
is part of the takeover of the enslavement of human society going to involve the construction of IKEA furniture? If
No.
so, we're fucked.
It's going to contain the construction of more killer robots.
Yes,
yeah,
of course.
so they can just construct those killer robots more efficiently with less time. Because I can't put together a flat pack in less than 8 minutes and 55 seconds.
Well, look, let's just move on to Alex, please, because I don't want to discuss the robot and our impending
I've
doom.
taken a lot of shit tonight. I am banding on this robot fucking baiting for you.
Well, I take
You
it
go through the
most
whole
weeks.
article, Ben.
Yeah,
No.
we should.
For fuck's sake, it's
Fittingly,
just robots
only
building-
off-the-shelf components, a team of researchers in Singapore built a robot capable of assembling a Stefan chair from IKEA. Mine is actually bolting it together, but you wouldn't bolt it together if you were.
Oh yeah,
screw
them
it
killer
in.
fucking machine drones are a long way off, to be honest.
It
aren't
was 5 to 10 minutes slower than a typical human would take, but you, us three here, we're not typical humans. It'll take me longer than
Some
that.
20 minutes with the failed attempts.
Yeah. Took a few attempts to get it right. Early on, the robots dropped wooden pins, let go of parts too soon, and performed moves that did not dismantle
Did they
the
start swearing at
did
the
more
dog?
to dismantle the chair than assemble it. Some moves required a part to be held by both robots at the same time. And since industrial robots are far stronger than IKEA furniture, a number of mistakes ended badly. We bought 4 chair kits and broke a few of them. So, they're
So they're
stronger than
useless.
us, but they're learning.
They're
They
useless.
learned. Didn't they?
Did?
In a fight against that arm, I would topple it off the tabletop.
Yeah, and that'll crawl across the ground.
No, it would just be
and
useless
reach
on
up
the
and
floor,
grab your
going,
thigh,
"Meh."
and before you know it, your face is down there and
Yeah.
it's clawing your face off.
You know, in RoboCop when it
and then it'll tell you a better poem than one you've ever written.
No.
Once a robot can fully assemble IKEA furniture in near human timeframes, I propose we stop all robotics and AI research. When humanity no longer has to struggle with IKEA assembly, we can live like Scandinavian kings and not have to worry about AI murder bots killing us all.
Well, let's hope that's the outcome and not the alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You betas.
Yeah,
Yes, we
for
move on
Alex.
to Alex.
Let's
and
go
then
for
wrap this
Alex.
bad boy up.
Yep.
Were you trying to get crazy with this, eh? Don't you know I'm loco?
Who we got this week for
We
the
have
counter? Oh god, it's the chap I said there was a little bit.
Jesse
slow.
Lee Peterson goes off on beta males in bizarre meltdown over Trump hand-holding video.
Wow.
Okay, so is he against Trump in this? In a
No,
way.
he's with Trump.
Oh right. Okay.
There's
well,
a caller that's slating Trump, and he's
Okay.
trying to defend him, but you'll see that his argument doesn't really make sense because of the stance.
Okay. Well, he's got 4 minutes and 14 seconds to move
yeah.
his point. Can I have the backy in that time, please? Thank you very much. Right. Let's hear what the guy I described as I dropped the R
Right,
on
yeah.
is making any sense this week.
Have we got the sound sorted, Gaz?
I'll let you know when it starts.
The Great White Hope.
Yep.
You know, a lot of folks love this president around the world. The children of the lie, the Democrats, they want the liberal media, never Trumpers, the rhino Republicans. They want you to think this president is not loved. He is loved. He is tough. He is a real man. A real man. Most blind people, well, all blind people don't know or see or understand the authority that is operating through President Trump. Unlike Barack Obama, Obama admitted to being a girly man by saying that he was the first feminist president. The fallen Messiah said he was the first feminist president. He also said Michelle Obama was his boss. She's the boss. See there? She's still the boss. Let's hear that again, Joe. That's a beta male, not an alpha male. Tim is a first-time caller out of North Carolina. Tim, thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse. How are you?
All is well, sir. How are you?
Good. I was curious about your definition of a real man that you talked about earlier.
Right. Oh, you want to know my definition of it?
Yes.
it's a male who loves what's right with all his heart, soul, and might, along with nothing else.
Wow.
Can I ask you about the president there?
Yes.
I just see his wife batting his hand away all the time, but he grabs onto the French president's hand. He's the only one that wants to grab back. Why did he put his wife in her place?
And when you say all,
Respect me on the stage.
when you say all the time, how many times have you seen that happen?
There's always news publication of her slapping his hand away.
How many
In
times?
her plane.
How many times have you seen that? How many times have you seen that happen?
5?
5 times.
Publicly, yes.
And does that bother you?
Well, it bothers me that he's not taking control of his wife and telling her, do not embarrass me on this big stage.
And were you bothered when Barack Obama went around the world licking boots of other leaders, bowing down to them, and calling his wife the boss? And
You didn't answer my original question.
and saying
Well, how come he
that
doesn't put his wife, he's a real man.
you have to
Put
ask
his
him
wife
that.
in her place.
I don't know. I really don't know. You have to ask the president. But were you as bothered when the fallen Messiah were demonstrating beta male for 8 years?
That's not my issue.
No, were you bothered by it?
No, I'm not bothered by it. I'm bothered by
And so are you
being
bothered
embarrassed his
by...
wife
So if
on the
you were
national
not...
stage.
If you were not bothered by the weakness of the fallen Messiah, Barack Obama, why are you bothered by the First Lady, who's really bringing back class to the country? After
that's
Big
funny, Barack Obama did that.
After Big Mama Michelle embarrassed the country, why are you so bothered about the hand holding?
The lack of hand-holding, you mean?
Yeah, why are you bothered about that? That's a weakness.
Because it's a lack of affection. It shows that she doesn't respect him.
Really?
Like most of the country doesn't.
Are you an affectionate man?
Excuse me?
Are you an affection man?
Of course I am.
Then you're a beta male.
Affection.
I'm alpha.
No, you're not alpha. I can think of many things. Alpha male would not be one. But I appreciate your call, Tim. Appreciate your call. Alpha male, no. Beta male, yes.
So, you know when I said that I dropped the arm on the other week, and it was, I regret that in a way. It's a bit term I should have used, maybe.
Well, definitely. He's got a speech impediment, so what?
Well, he looks a bit
Best.
Look, you remember, right, when we
He's not politically correct at all, is he?
Get the fucking shovel, mate.
Trying to dig him out of it, and he's digging himself in.
Look, do you remember when we were kids, right, and the word spaz was a valid insult to someone? And so when we were kids, times have
He's got rid of the
changed.
shovel now, he's got the JCB.
Times have changed. I admit that I would never use that term to describe someone who's in a wheelchair. But do you remember that time?
Spastic.
Yeah,
Exactly.
the spastics
Yeah,
are
yeah.
yeah.
That became an insult. They changed their name to Scope, didn't
It
they?
had negative
did.
connotation.
Yeah, it did. All I'm saying is the R-bomb.
I'm bringing spastic back.
The R-bomb
You
has done
spastic.
exactly the same thing, right? In that way that we can't call it. But I'm just a product of my times, is all I'm saying.
You're a product of something.
I'm
I
saying
was
is,
product at the same times as you, and I don't feel it necessary to
I
insult a
made
man like that.
I made a mistake, but he's still a bit slow,
Is that a public apology, Ben?
kind of.
We'll just all agree that he is a bit of a spastic. And we're bringing that word back.
Which one is the worst though? The
Um,
R-bomb or the S-bomb?
I'm not sure. I think the R word's definitely worse this day and age. Everyone's forgot the spaz word. I
That's
forgot it till
true.
you just
They
said
did, successfully rebrand. I'll give them
Yeah.
that. We shouldn't be laughing at that.
Let's leave it at that. It's
Let's
a
leave it at
good
that.
lesson in rebranding.
So,
Yeah.
what was the shit the guy was actually chatting was that you're a
He
beta
basically
male.
didn't agree with what he was saying,
Yeah.
and then decides, oh, you're a beta male.
If you
Fuck
show
you.
if
you're affectionate
man,
male-
if you're an affection man, I think was his exact words. If you're an affection man,
Affection
then
man.
you're a beta male,
Yeah.
and it doesn't matter that the
But he
person.
was moaning at Barack Obama, the fallen messiah.
Yeah.
Who literally licked the boots of other world
and
leaders.
he said his wife, he called her the boss.
So she was in charge, he's a big man.
But when it happens to Trump, the woman's in charge, slapping his hand away.
Yeah.
Well, you're an
See what I
attention
mean?
male.
He's in a difficult
affection
place
male.
because it goes against what
he believes.
and he shows up in that
And I will
interview.
guarantee you
Cognitive
that.
dissonance.
Yeah.
I said
Didn't he say that Trump was the chosen of God as well at that point as well? The powers that are working through Trump. So
yeah, he's a spaz.
All right, so we got that one.
Let's see what Alex Jones is saying.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for that reply, Alex.
Oh god.
In this clip, Alex Jones says Trump is defending us against a rogue AI.
So is Alex Jones John Connor in this scenario?
Yeah.
Probably, and he fucked some virgins in a field. No cheerleaders. I don't know.
At least he's short and
is a
snappy.
collage of chaos tactic. So many stories that happen multiple times a day, over the weeks, over the years, that you cannot focus or keep up with anything.
Information apocalypse. Information apocalypse.
100%. What Roger just did and what we do on InfoWars all the time is tied together in a perpetual timeline that's all tied together. Because, you could focus on one
They want to keep you in the moment confused. I mean, and that's what Gruber said. It's all about confusing us, fog of war. But we've got the enemy battle map. We're not even looking at what they're projecting. We've got their battle map, and that's what they hate.
Exactly. So we could say, like, this is not about Mars. Excuse me, this is not about Iran. This is about Mars. Meaning, this is about attacking Elon, attacking the human evolution, attacking where we're going, playing this other game.
This is already an AI system that made the decision to have a post-human world, and Trump has jumped in with others and are saying, no, we're not doing it at the elite level.
None of this happens in a vacuum. None of this happens in singular movements. It's all connected. We've already forgotten about Vegas. They rolled Parkland out. So what happened to Vegas? It's unsolved. No big deal. We know what happened to do with the Saudis. Now they're having firefights there in Saudi Arabia, and it's going to get us into war with Iran.
And they don't want us to question the next false flag. That's what they're really pissed about. It's why I said Parkland didn't happen when I didn't say that.
Well, in all fairness, as much as I think the other guy is certainly mentally challenged, I will say that Alex wins that, right? Because the other guy was just like frantically scrabbling to defend and then counteract what he'd said.
And Alex just says what he
wanted. And Alex just says what he wanted there. Trump is effectively John Connor, and he is defending us all from a rogue AI that's trying to take over. Has already taken over the world.
There's decided that post-humanity is the way forward.
Yeah.
Post-human. If that means I get a robo-dick, I'm down for it. And a cool laser lens thing like Eddie on the
you won't be
cover.
wealthy enough to have your consciousness
very dare you
uploaded to the cloud.
I will be uploaded.
Uploaded?
I will be
We're
uploaded.
pretty fucking blinders now, I was going to be uploaded,
I will be uploaded, not because of my physical wealth, but because of my mental capabilities. you pair of pricks.
That was South African towards the end.
You kick my fucking dog, I'll fucking kick you.
I love the South African accent.
Where is that watermelon? Thanks.
Raise the defenses, evacuate the city, and get this man a shield. There we go.
Infinity War.
Once again available for all racially insensitive impressions of all the races.
Yeah, you definitely.
Why I man?
You build up a nice little portfolio there. Have you seen this episode?
Yeah. Mike hasn't seen Infinity War yet, and I said to him, right, we'll go and watch it because I want to see it again.
I wouldn't mind seeing it again.
And I was like, right, we'll go and watch it. And I said, we've probably got to watch Ragnarok, and you've probably got to watch Black Panther to kind of at least get the gist of what's going on.
Definitely Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Back to Alex.
Have you been to see it, Mike? Have you watched either of them?
I haven't yet because
we'll get there.
I started Star Wars from the beginning again.
Good luck.
Oh man,
I love Last Jedi. So, don't judge me.
I haven't seen it yet.
Alex is chatting the most. They're both chatting batshit crazy, but I think Alex, the other guy's just a bit, misled and challenged, isn't he? He didn't put up a very good fight, did he? But
no, he just kind of
Alex just
shut the other
rambled.
guy down, and then it turned what he was saying against him.
Yeah.
Are you an affection man?
Yeah.
An affection man? Yes, I am an affectionate man. Beat him out!
Yeah, beat him out. That's it. There you go.
Oh.
Boom.
I headbutted the mic. So yeah, Alex wins. I guess.
Alex wins that. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, you two vote and I'll cast it if it's a draw.
Yeah.
Well, you very rarely get off a fence.
We've both gone on it, so
Yeah, I'll go with the consensus. Yeah, definitely.
that was fun. We did the Aum Shinrikyo. We kept the racism to
an acceptable level, I think.
Well, you know,
we may have dropped a few bombs in there somewhere,
but hey, it's the internet. I think we're allowed.
To a point.
Allegedly.
Remember, in the UK, we have freedom of expression, not freedom of speech.
We haven't done any hate speech, and you can't sue us because we've got nothing to take.
No.
Literally, I've got some action figures that might be worth a few quid each.
You can take his dad.
There you go. Take that.
Take mine.
Take that and stick it up your bum.
Yeah.
So, yes, thank you, if you have been, for listening.
Yeah. I've been Ben. I'm going to say, don't drink the Flavour Aid, and please don't join a cult.
This is a cool one. I will say...
Not Aum Shinrikyo.
No, don't join them, they're cunts. I will say, free Biff Tannen.
I've been Mike, thanks for listening. Peace out.
Cracking.
Riffy.